And here we are, everybody. I don't know what this voice is. I'm just going to keep going with it until someone else talks.
Dateline,
Right.
1942.
Step right up, toss a ring, get it over the post, win a teddy bear.
Dateline, Berlin.
All I'm saying is just because Bowser is trying to be a good father, that doesn't negate the fact that he's a tyrant and a dictator and a horrible person.
But
True.
clearly he fucks.
A lot.
Yeah. I mean,
Bowser
Yeah,
fucks.
just because he fucks doesn't mean he's a good dad.
True.
That.
But he does fuck.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, everybody. Dude, I fucking made a poll like a month or two ago. That's just like, is Bowser a good dad? And everybody was like, he may be a
I voted on that
tyrannical
poll.
dictator that kidnaps people and stuff, but he's trying, so he's a good dad. It's like, no,
He is
That's not-
being.
that's not how it works.
Literally, like, look up the plot, Super Mario Sunshine, and you'll have your answer.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Bowser is doing a great job of being a father to raising another tyrant.
True. It's intentional.
I see.
But
Oh my God.
Bowser puts out one video where they're talking about parent settings for the Wii U, and ooh,
I also just want to point out Bowser's also canonically both a good dad and a good mom.
Okay, first of all, Bowsette is not canon. That's the internet's making. That
Not
is-
with that attitude, loads
That-
gun.
God, I need to find the Bowsette overture because it's one of the funniest videos ever made. But I'll find it later on the break.
Oh, we have fun here. But yes,
Yeah.
Tart, why don't you tell the lovely people what we have planned?
Guys, gals, non-binary pals, hello and welcome to the penultimate episode of A Web of Deceit. I am your humble dumble master, the one and only pooting pastry, the farting tart, and I guess to just segue right into the shill, I am the humble dumble master for this game. You can also find me at twitch.tv/farting tart, where I do D&D. I do variety games. I do a regular Sunday game, which is cool but less spooky, except on the occasion when it's not. But yeah, no, this is our. If you haven't been here before, hi, hello. This is our horror mystery miniseries for the month of October and possibly the beginning of November. Called Web of Deceit, where nothing bad happens and everything's good in the world. And flumps run brothels.
Now they
Apparently, now they do.
Nice. I'm glad.
I wasn't going to do that, but you guys want it so bad that I'm probably going to do it. Just and then I started concocting the idea of what if Cruella became a mob boss, but
Oh,
like
no,
not because she's evil, just because she's like, yes, go do this, and they're like, really, and she's like, yes, trust me, and they go in, it turns out to work, and she's like, haha, I knew that would happen. But in reality, she doesn't know it would happen.
I was just gonna say, furiously turns around, starts looking through a book, Mafioso for Dummies.
Yeah, she wings it. But I guess I'll pass it to CG, who can show the other stuff that I'm probably a part of.
That's still funny to me. Hello, I am CG. You can find me nowhere because I don't much care for social media, but you can find me in a whole bunch of cool D&D games hosted by a few of my wonderful friends. One of those being Farting Tart, of which
Hello.
I spend every Sunday with his long-running campaign, War of the Shattered Sun. Though not this week. In fact, this week he's taking the week off. And
Halloween one shot, let's go!
our good buddy Jay Frost is going to step up, and he's got something spooky planned, as is the time for it. But Jay Frost is another one of those individuals of whom I play in a game with, as he is the DM for Saved by the Spell on this channel. a bi-weekly Strixhaven campaign. I believe we are on this week, which will be awesome.
Let's go!
And you can find the game that I am a part of back over on Farting Dart's channel, the one that I run, the Curse of Strahd. We are usually bi-weekly, but we are also meeting next week.
Oh my god, that's right! Continue.
To accommodate for schedules. And this has in no way, shape, or form forced me to aggressively accelerate my plans. Not at all. But that is it for me. I'm going to toss it on over to Thero.
No,
Sorry.
go
sorry.
easy on your pee-pee. You'll go blind.
I am beating
Spoken
the
like
shit
a
out-
true
I
Animal Crossing villager.
I abuse this PP anyway.
Sorry,
Thank
continue.
you. You can find me over at fuck my brain.
Right
Find me
now?
over at-
Thero, we're
no,
live,
no,
please.
no. I am a fucking mess today. I have egg yolk all over my shirt. My door is broken right now. Shit is crazy. You can find me over at twitter.com, at therapod_art, twitch.tv, therapodart. Last episode of Ravenloft is this Wednesday. Last episode of Gobtober is this Saturday. This might be the last session. Maybe, I don't know what Tart's got planned. Yeah. Commissions are open.
Nodders.
Yeah.
Pass it to someone.
Miss Tweetums.
Hello. Hello. When I'm not crying in the corner because of art, you can find me over at Twitter at Miss Tweetums, where I occasionally post memes and art. Commissions are open, but not for long. I will be probably redoing my commission sheet soon, so if you like a commission before that, I am your gal. You like those chibis on the screen? I can make your dream a real, maybe.
Hi.
I should also
Hi.
point out, in the future, that updated commissions info will be in the YouTube description.
Pog.
But yeah, that's me. I'm gonna go back to the corner real quick and cry. But let's head to the other corner. Burnout Vaughn, where can they find you?
Well, they
thankful
technically...
corners.
Yeah, I was about to say, wow, we've got a lot of room in here all of a sudden. But hi, you've already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on YouTube and Twitter at BurnoutVaughn, where, oh boy, we have a lot of D&D this week. We had Tomb of Annihilation Tuesday with Chilta Personality. We got Web of Deceit tonight, and possibly next week. Then we've got Saved by the Spell Saturday, and I don't know when, but soon me and Wiley are going to get back into playing some more Paradise Killer, because that game has blown our minds. It is possibly the best $20 I've spent on Steam in the last year. I highly recommend. And if you want to catch up on any of that, just check out our YouTube channel, where I upload everything. And everything is up to date until tonight. So, I think now would be the lovely time for me to play our opening theme song. So I will bring us right on in. Any second now. Any second.
different offer.
Tart, would you
Hello.
take us away?
Yes. Give me one moment.
Whoa.
Deep within the tunnels of the Underdark, the shining beacon of Karago has fallen victim to a series of disappearances. 4 individuals, having learned some vital intel from mob leader Therram Cravenbrand, are quickly beginning to tighten the noose around the culprit's neck. But not all is right, as unbeknownst to the party, the husband of their target, Skorg Oztek, has also gone missing. In the meantime, though, the party continues their long rest. You guys have had a long few hours now, and you finally have a bit of a respite, as you guys have been now being welcomed into the funeral home of your dear friend Delilah. I say friend. I don't know if you guys
Wait,
consider each other
Delilah?
friends yet.
Who's Delilah? Who am I fighting?
Did I say Delilah? I meant
You
Dahlia.
said Delilah.
I was about to say,
Who is she?
she's just some girl far off in New York City.
Dahlia pulls out a knife on the deal. Who is she?
Who is she?
No. Dolly just suddenly goes, "Hey, I'm switching over to worshiping Vecna. Is that okay?"
Oh god.
Oh my god, it's her good twin.
Yes, you guys are currently in the midst of your long rest, which can include sleep if you wish to. If anyone wishes to just go to sleep, but I figured you guys probably want to chat a little bit, considering all the information you have and just various things. So, without further ado, you guys go ahead and take it away, and I will be here if you have questions.
Dahlia's burning the Oni corpse, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You see in her little like apron and like her professional gloves. She's like a little skip in her beat.
Is she still wearing the hat?
Of course.
Damn right.
Okay.
Correct
just look-
answer.
Well then, I should make sure to untie the Oni head from my belt, because I remember doing that last session. Just, okay,
Yeah.
where you want me to put
Burn
this?
it all.
Fit in.
Okay.
She'll just motion to like the burning furnace with the door open.
Oh. Huh. Never really thought about cremating. He just places it down.
And I will say, she will be in work mode unless you call out to her. So
Mhm. The phantasm, as you're like, I assume, I actually don't explicitly know how cremating a body works. So you basically put it out on like a thing, and you put it into like a furnace, basically, and shut it.
yeah.
Once you shut it and it's just kind of burning, the phantasm will just kind of brood in front of it for however long they feel necessary.
I feel at that point Dahlia just sees this and will just be like, we're not allowed to make s'mores with the cremation fires anymore. Sorry to disappoint.
I feel like...
guess
Oh, go ahead.
the phantasm will, one, actually remove their helmet and just kind of hold it and just under their arm like a football and just fuck, my brain is farting right now. I'm so sorry.
No, you good.
It's to everyone.
Happens.
Yeah, somebody else take over.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'd say Newt would probably just try to stay out of the way, find like a table with some chairs to sit down, and just kind of collapse into one.
I'm sure Dahlia has like a little like cozy corner in this like furnace room. and there's like a little like tea table beside this like old looking chair, maybe some cushion, like some stuffing is coming out from like the top of it.
Okay.
And I will say Bob will probably be placed on that chair, so have fun.
Oh. Hi. Tiny thing. Like,
They want your blood.
yeah, no, like, Newt is holding this thing out, like, yeah, you know the, like, pose you get whenever, like, an adult is afraid of dropping a baby, so they've got it with both hands under the arms? He's doing that with Bob.
Bob is a little bigger, not like huge, but noticeably so from the last time you saw him, Newt. And as you kind of hold him out, he kind of purrs a little bit. That's not a purr, but that's what I imagine was essentially a leech purring would sound like.
Oh boy. Okay, hey, here you go, little buddy. He'll set him on the table as he just kind of leans back in the chair and pulls out a cigar. It okay if I smoke in here?
Dahlia just turns over and smiles. That smug cat face smile. But it's a little darkened, and she just shakes her head.
He'll take it and he'll just place the cigar behind his ear. All right then. Oh.
If you wish to smoke, there is an area in the back outside. You can smoke.
Okay, yeah, just give me like 10 minutes to enjoy this chair. Yeah.
I like the idea that you guys are sitting in a room like right next to a fucking furnace, and Dahlia goes, "No, you can't smoke in here."
Yes.
No.
Meanwhile, we're
not
getting
allowed.
secondhand crime boss right now.
No, no, none of that.
None of that.
The phantasm, without turning to you, helmet off, will just kind of blurt out after staring at the flames for a while. Just, did you really mean it when you said I looked? And they kind of struggle with the word cool.
But of course, I meant every word of it. And if anybody has a problem with that, well then I can just shove them into the furnace as well. It's quite easy when you fool somebody to stand in front of a furnace.
This episode of Web of Deceit brought to you by Hitman.
Yeah, but it's funny. Blaine mentioned a fire burning in me. I lost control back there. I lost complete control. I don't know what's cool about that.
I mean, I was coughing up blood and about to die, but you know. And then she coughs and like a little blood kind of trickles down her mouth.
Bleh.
A little
But
bit
I-
splatters onto the floor, and you see Bob kind of begin to slither down and start. The only word I can describe it is undulating on top of the blood.
Huh.
The phantasm will turn to turn away from the flames and actually look at you. Am I doing the right thing? All this carnage and violence. I feel like we haven't made any headway. We haven't found the mother.
I mean, if it was easy, they wouldn't need people like us to do it.
There's...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't work well with others. I think you all have realized that. This is just so foreign to me. I feel like a cornered dog lashing out sometimes, is all.
Let me ask you something, Phantasm. What is your goal, your purpose?
There are bad people down here. Bad people that will do bad things for no reason. And they need to be exterminated. She kind of quivers a little bit, her lip. It's beyond hatred, it's beyond vengeance, it's justice to me.
So then you think you're doing good then? Good work.
I have my doubts. But and she'll turn and you see the scars and everything kind of dancing in the flame light. There's pain that others will just inflict on others for no good reason. And I've decided to reach out to that pain and grab hold of it tightly until it burns my hand. And I swear an oath as a paladin, no one else shall feel this pain. No one else will suffer like I have. Not on my watch.
And very interesting. You say this, and yet you are afraid of losing control. But here's the thing. We do our best in this life. I've been around how many years now? At least 100 or so. I've seen people come, and people obviously go. That's why I deal with death so easily. If you think you're doing good, and live your life as you want, and so long as you don't have regrets when the final moments flash before your eyes, then I say go for it. But in terms of losing control, at least now you know how far that is, correct? You learned from it, you learned to control it. And then you push yourself even more. How we advance. Well, most people anyways. And she'll take like one of the wine bottles out from her bag, and she'll like slowly untwist the cap. The thing is, you try to end the cycle of pain, but sometimes, knowing or unknowing, you start the pain cycle for someone else. Everyone has their reasons. There's no black or white. There's just grays and darker grays, lighter grays, grays. Like the underground that we're in. There are good people that do bad things. There are bad people that do good things. There are people that mean good by doing bad things, and people that do bad things through good means, or whatever bullshit politicians come up with. Who knows? But I digress. This is just a cleric talking, speaking, and all that. But in the end, we all return to dust. From ash to ash to dust to dust. So long as you don't regret what you've done before that moment. Go for it. That's what I say. And she'll take a swig.
They'll also try not to die around a hag. Otherwise, you get brought back.
She kind of chokes on her wine a little bit. Just glances over at Newt, like, really?
He'll just gesture at himself. You think I got like this But, like, natural means?
Well, I wasn't going to be rude, but yeah.
Yeah, let's just say... life's a bitch, then you die, and sometimes you get to start all over. And he'll
Aren't
just...
we a cheery group?
No fucking lie, Blade.
Also, give me 1 second here. I might have been told to do something. Do.
Oh.
How's a 7 for you, Tart?
Okay. Continue.
But yeah, no. Let's just say that if I'm lucky, I might be able to find a way to become human again. But I'm not banking on being lucky given my history.
I mean, being human is kind of boring. I mean, there's short lifespans, and also they get boring names like, I don't know, Jim, Tony, Stevenson. They're kind of boring, you know. You really want to be human?
Hey, yo, fuck anybody named Jim, Tony, and Stevenson.
They can't all be
When-
great names
when-
like Bob.
When,
Bob is the best name. You shut your
Hey,
mouth.
hey,
Uh,
bro, man, go fuck yourself.
hey, when you start listing off names, the phantasm again. Looking back to the fire, will just blurt out, Takara, and then
So
she'll turn to you. My name is Takara.
Well, that is a very lovely and cool name. A pleasure to properly make your acquaintance. No, not acquaintance. Friendship. She gives you a warm smile.
For the first time ever, maybe in years, the phantasm smiles. Takara smiles, but it's a very it's like a line. No
You
teeth,
hear your
just
jaw
tongue.
crack as it happens.
These muscles aren't used to being used this way.
Meanwhile, Newt gets a smug smile and looks to Blaine. See, look, we're plenty cheery.
Uh-huh.
Dahlia, you begin to feel the slithering of Bob kind of beginning to go up your leg.
Ugh.
She doesn't flinch. No flinching whatsoever. Because, I mean, Bob is a cool slug. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Bob's the best.
He just wants a little bit of your blood.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Like, once Bob reaches to, like, rest on her shoulders, she'll just, like, pat him and then move him back on the chair. Above Newt.
Blaine's going to walk up to Takara,
Mhm.
extend a hand. Blaine Fulbrook, don't think we've met.
She will take off her gauntlet and shake you with her bare hand. Which you notice is fully tattooed.
Oh god, she's got bare hands. She's a
yeah.
werebear. Watch out.
What?
No, she stuck down tattoos.
Huh.
It's a type of like tattoo that like it's completely like blacked out the hand, and you assume it probably
Ooh.
goes upward into like runes and tribal shit. But yeah, she will shake your hand.
You will
Takara.
see. Oh.
Just Takara. I'll spell it out and just so you have that. Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure, Takara. Though I must ask, and I'm going to assume I know the answer to this one, but even so,
Ask away.
will the phantasm be coming back once we leave this house and resume our job?
As long as there's scum in this city, I don't think I'll stop till I'm dead.
There's a lot of scum in this city, and that might be a short journey if you're not careful.
I'm aware. This is the path I've chosen. If it cuts my life short, then, I figured I was on borrowed time anyway. And if she could wink, she would, but...
If you'll permit an old dwarf to give you a little bit of advice.
She's listening.
I've been where you were. Felt probably not the same, but an amount of pain as you have. Felt a similar fire, one that I alluded to earlier and you got to see a flicker of in our last encounter. It doesn't go away. It never goes away. All you can do is watch as your soul smolders and burns under your own passion. If that is the lot in life you've chosen, so be it. I have done this far, far longer than you, I am sure. And let me tell you, all that's left at the end, if you just go by that fire, is ashes and a husk of what your life could be. That's all. Blaine will kind of walk on over back to his hammer, which is still covered in blood at this moment, and he begins, "Do you mind if I grab a washcloth of some sort?" Looking over to Dahlia.
Knock yourself out. There should be one nearby. Somewhere
Okay.
in here.
He'll pick it up, and he'll start wiping the blood off of the hammer.
You cleaning the hammer, the phantasm, like, again, she can't quite see well. She has to see kind of through the snakes on her head, and they all start kind of looking around the armor that is caked with blood that is like fresh from today, fresh from a week ago, maybe a month ago. Like there's blood stains everywhere and rust on the armor and stuff, and she's thinking like, probably should clean up as well.
If only the Phantasm knew prestidigitation, then there would be no issue.
Paladins don't get cantrips, unfortunately.
Correct.
Fortunate.
I assume there's plenty of washcloths that Dahlia has that the Phantasm can borrow and clean.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably a mop and bucket, because, you know.
Just set up the armor on like a mannequin and just grab the mop bucket and just kind of
He pulls out the bucket of water. Oops, nope, this is the bucket of hydrochloric acid. This is the one with water.
Does hydrochloric acid eat steel?
It burns it, but it can't eat through unless it's a certain type. I forget.
We'll get into chemistry later.
But as Dahlia's kind of like tidying up, sorry. As Dahlia's tidying up like the area, as Dahlia's tidying up the area, she'll be like, "Oh, and my offer still stands. If you need a body taken care of, you're more than welcome to bring them here."
And with that, I'm going to go have a smoke. And Newt will head out towards the back door that Dahlia pointed out.
As Newt leaves, Blaine just kind of looks past the door as he goes on out. It's funny. Something tells me that one is not as open as he seems, not sharing everything.
I mean, everybody is. We're not entitled to secrets, though. It is up to the person if they want to share their secrets or not. Or if you're the person who doesn't mind their business and goes snooping in anyways, so that's on you.
You say that. think we might be in a situation soon where we have to share secrets anyways.
You have my
Perhaps.
name.
Well, I wasn't saying with me. Let's not forget what one of our next stops is. This Gi-
Yes, this Gizmo.
certainly loves their secrets, they do. And I have a feeling we have a fair bit of trade material for them.
I probably have a lot. She smiles. That cat grin.
It wouldn't surprise me if you had quite a few secrets of impersonal nature, given your current business.
After all, dead men tell no secrets. Takes another swig.
Anyone in the room would hear a very light, like wet thump over near the furniture. Anyone who would look would see Bob has seemingly fallen off of the furniture and is beginning to make his way back towards you, Dahlia.
Oh, Bob. She'll kneel down and pick him up this time.
What was Blaine's full name, by the way?
Blaine Fulbrook.
If you want to put the spelling for that either in the Discord or actually put it in Roll20 so chat can see.
Yeah.
I'll also
The
type
stream.
Yeah, I'll put in Takara's name as well.
Oh, hey, look. There's Blaine's full name next to Blaine's full name.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Funny how that works out.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Just there was a few minutes as like the Phantasm was like cleaning their armor and stuff. Just keeps looking towards the flames of the Oni burning at this point, and just the Phantasm will kind of gesture to Blaine. Just Blaine.
Aye.
Your words have made me consider a lot. But for now, with this case, with the people that kidnapped this mother and the corruption associated with all of that, I want to show everybody involved how bright my flame can burn.
Sets the funeral home on fire.
No! But afterwards, after all this, I have much to consider. Perhaps I should leave this Underdark altogether.
Your devotion is admirable to this case. There is quite a large world out there. Some good, some bad, a little bit of everything. If you want to keep here and continue with the fire, I won't stop you. But you may find something else in the great beyond this scope that you can see through the smoke. It just tempers it a little bit. Brings back a little something into life.
Where are you in the room right now? What are you doing?
If you are by the furnace, I'm like on the other side of the room, kind of sitting in I kind of imagined like a small sofa or a love seat.
Okay. She'll walk over to you and just do a little bit of a bow. And what's your passive perception?
Not good. Let me look it up.
If you want, you can roll a perception check because I can give you something.
I would if Roll20 wanted to cooperate. One moment. It's been doing this thing lately where I try to open up my character sheet and it just loads forever.
Get
Weird.
better internet.
Better internet.
I'm
Passive
gonna
12.
fight Roll20.
I'll give it to you. So because the armor's being cleaned right now, maybe Bob is kind of going over and leaving maybe eating all the dried blood off of the armor. You see, she's wearing basic like like underclothes and stuff, like clothes like commoners' clothes. Everywhere where like the armor would touch the body looks like chafed and scarred. What you can insinuate with this is she probably doesn't take off the armor for long periods of time, enough to where it's kind of digging into the flesh a little bit. But she bows to you, having considered your wisdom from life experience and old age and such.
He nods back and he'll just say, "There's plenty of time to be the Phantasm. There's plenty of time to be Takara. I just hope that you get to spend some time as both."
She will nod and find a place to sit next to her armor.
Okay.
And for the first time, she like sits down and just in a big sort of sigh. This is probably the first time she's rested in a while.
Blaine, for his part, after speaking with Takara, he will look over to his rather large ball. He too will leave a deep sigh before starting to nod off in his chair.
About to say, do I see anything?
Oh.
Oh, go ahead.
I would say, while this is happening, Dahlia's probably just gonna clean around them, and if there are other bodies that need to be burnt, I guess get to work.
Okay.
And I was just gonna say, Newt'll be keeping an eye on the outside. Like, I'm not sure what's out back of Dahlia's place, if it's just an alley or something. But he'd probably be just keeping a wary eye, possibly having Cobbler stay invisible and keep an eye out.
Back behind the funeral home, there is like a small a small like lawn area, almost like a garden. It is fenced in, and it just looks like there's a variety of like herbs and like other things that probably have a use here. That seems to be where they are grown. The stuff here is grown fresh,
I was about
like
to say,
hemlock. Smile for the tea.
I was just gonna say, Newt would probably just like mutter to himself while he's smoking, just be like, yeah, probably never has to worry about fertilizer.
Correct. But yeah, no, it's a small like garden area. It's nothing huge. Because obviously this is like a crowd city. But seeing a bit of like proper quote unquote grass, as well as like, flowers and everything, it does seem a bit refreshing from the dark, gloomy tunnels and the dark but less dark, but also kind of smoggy heavy city terrain.
Yeah, Noodle just post up, like, against the wall, just kind of relax, keep an ear open for anything. Possibly see if, try to make sure if anyone's trying to come around the back just to catch them. And then, if not, after like an hour, he'd probably head back inside.
Okay. Make me a perception check.
Let's see if I can actually do this well for once. It's not like I'm proficient.
Proficiency means nothing.
There we
Oh,
go,
well, okay,
25.
there we go.
He's done it. I'm so
Hooray.
proud.
Only took us 4 sessions.
It only took 4 sessions. You hear it's not quiet exactly, as the city is pretty much always moving. You hear the sounds of people walking about. You hear the voices of people like shouting and yelling an argument or two, which sounds like the beginnings of like a fight. You also hear the sound of running water. Make me a survival check.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that instead of nature.
Oh.
17.
Wait, hold on. Going to pause for just a moment
Oh.
as my Discord stopped responding for about a half a second, and now I'm fearing for my life.
You are fine. We
Okay.
heard you.
Okay. Just making sure. I'm sitting here like watching it like a hawk now, like All right, so 17. You remember that there is a semblance of a river that does run through the city somewhat. But you know that you are not very close to where the quote unquote riverbank is. What you hear is probably runoff. Wait. Oh, am I here?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, you're here.
Yes.
You're here.
Okay. I was speaking and Discord stopped lighting up and I was like, ah!
You're okay.
Okay. What you probably hear, you're able to deduce this, what you probably hear is sewer runoff.
Could I attempt to follow it to its source?
You can. I would include this in the survival check. You go back out towards like the back of this like garden area, and while there's no like back fence or not fence, back gate to leave from, you're skilled enough to where I'm not even gonna make you roll a check to try and like get over the wall itself.
I technically wouldn't have to because thanks to Deft Explorer, I have a climb speed and swim speed.
Also true.
Well, good for you.
Good for you. You don't get to roll a check anyway. What, you want me to roll? You want to roll the check anyway? Huh? No, I'm just kidding. But you crawl over the back wall, and sure enough, back behind the building, as well as like this street, there does appear to be a place where there's like a big sewer, like one of those like really big like sewer tunnel grates. You know the ones I'm talking about? Like the Stardew Valley like sewer grate.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. As well as where it appears to be running off into like a deeper, I don't know what the word is escaping me.
I used to know all this because I knew an urban explorer, but I can't remember any of the terms on command.
Yeah. Whatever, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You see where the water is running off, as well as this large grate.
Do I see any speeders?
Speeders? Perception check.
Alrighty.
Perception or investigation? I'll let you pick.
Well, I think I will take the one that I am higher in. Okay, 14.
You do see some speeders.
Do they have signs of mold on them?
With that check, you're unsure.
Hmm.
If you want to get closer, you can try again. It will... Well, no, it won't be a check because you have a climb speed.
Yeah. Before I do any of that, Noodle just kind of press a finger to his temple and just be like, I think I might have found some little friends here. I'm checking. If you don't hear back in an hour, expect I'm dead.
Well,
Not come help me or like, hey, check on me in like 5. Just, if you don't hear from me, I'm probably dead.
Do you have a death? Are you mad? Yes, I am. Do you have a death wish? Yes, I do. Wait, what? Take me, sweet death!
But yes, I will climb and try to get a better look at these spiders.
Alright, give me one moment as I harass my dog.
All good.
no, sir. I assault you.
Anyways. So as you climb up and you begin to harass the spiders, you notice, and I won't make you roll for a check on this, you notice that only some of them have the icky gookie on it.
Huh. Okay.
If you
go
if
ahead.
you want to get a more precise number, I will say investigation check.
Sure, why not? 18.
Probably about 40% of these spiders do.
Okay.
It is a decent number of spiders, but you've kind of come to expect that. Being down here, spiders are fucking everywhere. But only like 40% of them have the mold on them.
Okay, well then, seeing that he'll probably climb back down, and he'll get a little bit of ways into the tunnel for the reservoir, and then he's gonna pull out his sickle.
Reservoir! That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
No problem. He's gonna pull out his sickle, and he's going to start carving a simple message, but in several languages, and it'll include Sylvan, Dwarven, and Deep Speech,
Okay.
which will read, "The man in red is your friend."
Okay.
Once
And
that's...
you are just scrawling this message on the wall and leaving it there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And once he's done, he'll send a message back to Blaine. I left a message to our friend. Not sure if he'll come by this way, but if he does, he might come looking for us. On my way back. And
You
we'll
hear
head
from
back.
you
Okay.
hear from Blaine.
Ah, he's asleep.
That fits.
Fair.
Me.
Noodle.
I like to think he does like the cartoon thing where like his beard like flips upwards when he sneezes. Like he like sucks in and it tries to like go into his mouth and then it blows back out where it says he lets out the air.
I've had a beard almost that long before. It is not fun. But with that, Noodle head back, and he'll try to be nice. He'll try to enter quietly.
Stealth check.
Why, sure.
Fail.
It's very hard for me to fail with stealth.
Yeah, especially on someone who is asleep.
Darn.
You
do
not wake up your friend Blaine.
However, no.
That's a. Is anyone else still up and around?
That's a great question. Are the Phantasm, or Dahlia still awake? I guess it would be Takara and Dahlia at this moment.
You could use both terms. It's fine. I don't know. They might pass out because who knows the last time Phantasm got sleep.
A proper sleep, at least.
Yeah.
I just imagine Dahlia is like mid-process making poisons right now and filling them up in her vial.
Elves, baby.
And I'll say this: the Phantasm sleeps in a way where, like, arms crossed, you're in a chair, and your head's kind of tucked into your chest a little bit, just sleeping.
Oh, hey, you
Wait.
too?
Wait, before she makes poisons though, blankets on both of them.
Aw.
What?
Yeah.
Aww.
Dahlia would put blankets on top of Takara and
Oh.
Blaine after they fell
Oh.
asleep, and then she'd be mad scientist poison making.
Okay.
You, Dahlia, see that you kind of, after a few minutes, you turn back around and you see that Bob has like slinked like under Takara's like head to
Mhm.
act as like some sort of weird like squishy pillow.
Oh God.
One of those weird like cooling gel pillows.
So I
Yeah.
don't get a neck crank or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I just imagine fully around the back of the neck like a travel pillow.
Yeah. Gross. I love it. Not quite that big, but I love the imagery.
But yeah, Noodle just walk in. Ah, you're still up. Well, I noticed that there's a reservoir out back with a few of those special spiders in it. I left a mess. Oh, go ahead.
No, go on.
I left a message for our friend, at least letting him know he can trust us if he makes it this way.
I am guessing you're referring to the goblin.
Yeah, at this point I think he's at least benign, so I'd be willing to want to talk to him. Either way, though, probably want to avoid the back alley. There's about 20-30 of those special spiders hanging around in different places.
Curiouser and curiouser. You should have collected one. We can bring to, what's his name? Gizmo?
Gizmo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see about catching some tomorrow, or at least what passes for tomorrow down here. I need to get at least a good 4 hours.
Well, I think all the good chairs are taken, so you could lay on the operating table if you want. Quite comfy, I think.
The furnace is also quite warm. It's also now empty.
It is.
Fine. You know what? I'm not even gonna question it. Thanks for the bed. And he'll just climb up on the operating table, the hands behind his head, one foot like resting on his knee, and then he'll just be like, "Cobbler."
I wasn't asleep.
Whatever, just making sure you're here. Night.
Hey. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good night. And he out of like his sleep drunken stupor. And then he almost, as quickly as it came, just.
I just imagine once everybody's asleep, Dahlia looks around and is like, oh, wait. I should have told them about the break room. Oh, well. And she will get a blanket for Newt. And then after that, we'll close the door on them after she's done. I want to say, maybe making... How many vials of poison could I make?
Make me. Are you proficient with alchemy tools?
No.
Okay.
But I did have a poison kit because it made sense for her.
Okay, then roll me a poison kit check. I'll say that this uses wisdom.
Okay. Oh hold up. I don't think I added this. Let me add this real quick. I swear I'm prepared all the time.
No, it's all good.
You said it was wisdom based.
Yes.
Definitely. Ignore the proficient. So that's a nat 1.
Well,
Hey, so I know you said you made poison, but it's just you just think it's poison.
She actually just made soy sauce.
You made
She-
sparkling water.
Her poison recipe is water and green apple Kool-Aid.
I just imagine she looks at it, takes a sniff, is like, wait a minute, I'm pretty sure this is not Jacko poison I'm used to making. And she'll look down at her recipe book and maybe there's like a sludge of blood from Bob. She's like, welp, going to have to ask Philip for that recipe. Again. He's so annoying to talk to.
Waste of my fucking Sunday.
He just goes off about it. Ugh. He goes off about his cats. And she will leave the others in the room.
Your mind flashes back to your last conversation where it was like, "This is Toby. He's my calico."
Oh my god. She just shivered down her spine like, ugh.
I don't know why that's the voice I went with, but my brain went, try your best Seuss impression from Gravity Falls.
Oh, come
Oh,
on,
hey,
dude.
dudes.
Alright, dude.
But yeah, and you know what? Just because she was in that mindset of like burning bodies because work, she's gonna lock that room up.
Alright.
and probably go to the break room to see if anyone else is there, and if no one is there, she's gonna take a nap on the probably better couch over there.
There is at this stage there is no one else currently on shift. I would also imagine that because of how much time you spend here, you probably have like a little nook that probably wasn't originally meant for it, but you probably converted into like a small like sleeping space for times where you're there for like long hours and you're just like, I don't want to go home, I'm just sleep here.
Yeah, like I imagine there's like maybe a mushroom plush and like just like a little hammock and some blankets and whatnot. Very comfy.
Yeah. All right. But as you all bunk down to get some well-deserved sleep, everyone gains the benefit of a long rest. So
hooray.
go ahead and refresh all hit points, all spell slots, all everything if you haven't done so already.
Huzzah.
Aye, and I picked my spells for the day.
Nice. I will go ahead and change our music for the next scene. As the next morning comes around, Newt, you are awakened to the very light but not unfamiliar slap of an imp hand across your face. Just, hey, Newt!
I'm up.
It's more or less just feels like somebody slapping you with like the end of like a rubber band, just like.
I'm just imagining like when a cat gets on your like chest and smacks you in the face with its paw.
Yeah, kinda. Just, hey, Newt!
Yeah, I'm up. What?
Look,
Huh?
this just came in, and Cobbler has a letter.
The fuck? Okay.
I think it's from. What was her name? Lee
Holandar. I
Han
think.
Solo, whatever
Yeah.
her name was.
All right. Okay. give me a second here. Are the others awake?
No, I came straight to you. I
Okay.
can go get them. Well, 2 of them are right there.
Yeah, I'll just wake them up. I'm pretty sure that they don't want a fiendish alarm clock. Okay. And he'll walk.
As you look at this letter, it does appear to be decorated in the same way as the last letter you got from Lady Hlondar.
Okay. Well, like I said, first things first, he's gonna walk over. He'll see where Blaine is sleeping, and he'll like nudge him with his foot, just kind of like kick his boot with his boot, like, "Hey, come on, old man, wake up."
Fine. Ugh. He kind of lurches awake, and he like catches himself for a little bit as his instincts go off being touched in his sleep, but he holds back from punching you directly in the face.
You have 2 thoughts go through your mind, Blaine. Oh god, someone's touching me. And also, oh god, I woke up again.
Yeah. Noodle just waved.
Maybe tomorrow.
Noodle just waved the letter in his hand, just be like, "Word from on high," and he'll very, very gently just go, "Takara, Takara," not touching her, but getting a bit close.
Just kind of shifting away, not realizing the leech pillow around her neck. just and then she'll kind of startle herself awake.
Whoa.
How long has it been?
Cobbler, it's been like what, 4 hours?
She immediately starts like
Cobbler
putting
checks
on
his
her
watch.
armor.
Yeah. Just calm
Cobbler
down.
checks his watch, quote unquote. Probably about, I don't know, 5, 6.
Okay.
We need to go.
Whoa.
Immediately.
Slow down. We got a message from our benefactor. I gotta go find Dahlia, okay? Slow and steady
What was
right
the
now.
message?
I haven't read it yet. I figured we should read it as a group. This is a team effort now, okay? Just calm down, put on your armor, wake up.
She's already midway with the armor on.
I like to think, truth be told, Takara did not take her armor off to begin with.
Well, she cleaned it. She had to take it off to clean
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
That's a valid point.
Yeah. So 1 second, I'm gonna go try to track down Dahlia, okay? So, wake up, then we'll read the message, then we'll get out of here. Start our business. And Newt will go check the door, which is probably still locked.
It would definitely be locked. You try the lock, and it just goes.
Newt just sighs, immediately pulls out his thieves' tools.
Oh my god. Would it kill you to knock?
I don't know where she is. So does a 9 work?
Sorry.
Beautiful.
I was completely taken aback by the would it kill you to knock? Oh. You are proceeding to finagle with the door, and unfortunately a 9 is not going to do it.
Who locks their teammates up in a crematorium? He'll just start.
The room starts to become warmer. No, I'm just kidding.
Newt will just start like thumping on the door. Dahlia,
What's your passive perception?
Well, I was gonna say, like, she only needs to transfer 4 hours, so after 4 hours, she's probably making some tea and just, like, reading a book.
Okay, yeah, you would definitely hear this then. You've been up for probably an hour, maybe 2.
She goes to the door, and she, like, knocks back. Knock, knock.
You hear a knock on the other side of the door.
Newt rolls his eyes. Who's there?
Dahlia, you awake?
No, this is just a very elaborate snoring.
Oh, okay. Have a good sleep. And she'll like walk away.
Damn it! Dahlia, we got a message. Get in here.
No, you should have said that from the beginning. And she'll like unlock the door and open it up.
Cobbler kind of whispers in your ear, "Why didn't you say that to begin with?"
Newt is just going to reach over his shoulder and flick Cobbler in the head.
Ah, fuck! Ah! Ah!
Okay. So he'll wave the message at Dahlia. We got a message from the High Lady, so at that point he'll break the seal and pull out the letter.
The letter is quite small. Quite short. It simply says, Skorg has also gone missing. The girl is safe. You need to hurry.
Since it's so short, Newt will read that before even reading it out loud and just go, shit! And he'll just hand it to Dahlia.
Dahlia will look at the letter and be like, she'll read it out to everybody else. And then say, well, I guess we need to get running then to, where were we going?
You said
Where
you had an in with the librarian. That's our only lead.
I do. Very well. Let's get going. Shall we?
Phantasm's already like out the front door.
There's a
Fan-
puff of smoke where Phantasm once stood.
Gets down the stairs and is like, wait, I don't know where I'm going. And then waits for the others.
Dahlia will just place her teacup down below on like maybe a desk in that room and just start heading out.
Okay.
Newt will follow suit.
All right. What about Blaine? Does Blaine follow?
No. Blaine is Blaine's absolutely following.
Okay. You all begin to head out, and you start making your way through the streets. And much like it was when you guys went to sleep, not much has changed. There's no real semblance of night and day down here. It's just kind of always on hours where people just are kind of open for arbitrary amounts of time, and then when they feel like it, they close up shop for the day. Or for the day, quote unquote. Their shops and things are open pretty much for arbitrary amounts of time until the shop owner is like, "Yeah, I'm going home. See you later." But
I feel like as we're like rushing to the library, maybe Dahlia sees like some of the other employees heading towards that way.
Absolutely. They see you're in a rush, and they see you're with a odd group of individuals, and so some of them are like, "Hey, Miss Gallo," and then they kind of stop, just like, as you kind of rush by them. Okay, bye.
I just imagine they just see a blood slug peeking out and looking at them.
The slug waves. But I'm not gonna make you roll a check for this. You've been to the library plenty of times at this point, and it takes you very little effort to get there. It takes just a few minutes. It's always been like about a 10-minute walk for you. So when you're kind of in a run, like kind of like trying to cover ground like you currently are, it only takes like 5-6 minutes. Let me go ahead and change our music. What is a good song for this? This should be good. You guys begin to make your way into the library, and the sort of short, stout librarian around the sort of like center receptionist table. He sees you, Dahlia, and he goes, Ah, welcome back, Dahlia. I hope that book was a good read.
Why, hello, Laszlo. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to read it just quite yet. Seems I've been
That's quite
sucked
all right.
Seems I've been sucked into a mystery novel myself right now.
They kind of begin to notice the individuals you have with you, and Laszlo goes, hello. I don't think I've seen any of you before. Name's Laszlo. I'm the librarian here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Oh, where my man is, Laszlo. This is, the horned one is Newt. Blaine, and she'll point to Blaine, and she'll look at Phantasm and be like, and this is my new friend, Finley.
Yes, Finley.
Make me a deception check with advantage.
Oh God. Me or Dahlia?
Whoever wants to. What have you picked?
Can I do it?
Do it. Go for it.
24.
Hey.
Are you gonna argue with the dude in heavy armor and a big sword?
Fuck no, I'm a librarian. Well, I welcome all of you. Anyone who's a friend of Dahlia is a friend of mine. So please, if you have anything you wish to look at or ask questions about, you are more than welcome. Blaine, with
Hi.
your passive perception, and you all can kind of see this because nobody's passive perception is necessary. It's good enough, but Blaine, you're the only one who kind of recognizes it. You all see that under the, as he kind of like is gesturing, under the just under his hand, like on his wrist, there is a little like band, like a little like copper band, and he only has it on his left hand. Blaine, you notice a couple of symbols around that copper band that indicate underworld activities. You would know this due to your background, I will say. Background / backstory. You're able to identify some of these symbols. You don't know exactly what they mean, but you know vaguely what they represent and their implication.
Mm-hmm.
Laszlo, dear, if I may have a word in private with you.
Oh, yes, of
Of
course.
utmost importance. You see, this mystery story of ours that I've been roped into, it has something to do with the disappearance. And we were told by a little bird that perhaps you might be able to help us with something.
Me? I don't know anything about these disappearances. I've been hearing all sorts of things about them, but
Oh, no, not about the disappearances. But of someone other we are interested in contacting.
and who would that be? He gives you with a like slightly confused expression.
What was the name? Gizmo.
Gizmo.
That one.
Gizmo. You can see he thinks for a moment. No, I'm not sure I'm familiar.
Insight.
Insight.
Inside.
Yup.
Ah!
24.
I fucking was trying to move my phone. I knocked my dice off my desk. Where'd it go?
Also 24.
Why is everybody getting the 24s?
I'm gonna put this as not looking a gift horse in the mouth.
Oh,
Dolly, I will say, I will for this give you advantage because you've known Gizmo. You've known Laszlo to not be the deceptive type. You've known him for a while.
So
Give
then
me
it'll be
one
18.
moment as I'm trying to figure out where the fuck my dice went to.
The floor
In
is
that
a cruel mistress.
In that case, it'll be an 18.
I found it. It got wedged under my dog.
As you do.
Truthfully, it might have actually like fallen on top of his fur, but it's about the same color, so I may not have seen it until he got up and it fell. I don't know. But anyways. Phantasm, are you not going to roll?
I think it. Okay, there you go. 19. I figured with the 24s and the 18, it was unnecessary, but yeah.
No, it's okay. I just like to make sure that people I like to double check to make sure whether or not people are opting out of rolls. But all of you are able to pick up that he is not telling the truth. You can see he's kind of like sweating around the collar, and he kind of like does that like thing where he kind of like pulls out a little bit and a little puff like steam comes out.
Dahlia just gives him, like, I'm pretty sure Laszlo knows Dahlia's various cat smiles.
Mm-hmm.
And she gives the very subtle, like, I know you're lying to me smile.
He looks at you and he's kind of quiet for a moment as the smile intensifies. He goes, "Well, I mean, the name eminently sounds a little familiar."
Phantasm will noisily cross their arms and kind of clank the armor a little bit.
In the middle of the library.
The sound.
Can I be directly behind Dahlia? Just kind of like a menacing stand in the background.
Yeah, you are Dahlia's stand.
I am imagining that you are crossing your arms so slowly. It's like two girder beams grinding against each other.
Oh my god.
It's like when you're scooting the chair, like a chair across the floor of like a very empty room.
Yeah.
I'll flavor that as the help action for any persuasion or intimidation
Okay.
Dahlia is about to
Okay.
do.
I just imagine it's like two different types of menacing, like the obvious, like I will beat you down menace, and the subtle menace of like I will cut your throat.
Why are you looking for this Gizmo individual?
Well,
Not that I know them personally.
of course, but a little birdie told me, hypothetically, that Gizmo would know some information that we're looking for that might help with this whole disappearance issue. And we are willing to provide whatever is needed that this Gizmo would like.
Make
But that's
me
what the little birdie told me, of course.
make me a persuasion check with advantage. Persuasion or intimidation, I'll let you pick.
We'll do persuasion.
Okay. I was kind of hoping you
Oh,
do intimidation. He still has to
no.
beat it. Still has to beat it.
Now it's my turn for the nat ones.
Well, I got good news and bad news. The bad news is that he matched. The good news is that he matched without his modifier, which is not a positive number.
Hey.
All right.
So you can see he begins to become a bit more sweaty around the collar. He takes out a little like handkerchief and he starts like wiping down like his brow. Like this is a very he kind of gets down to a bit more like a whisper. Like this is a very sensitive topic.
And Dahlia will lean in a little bit and whisper and be like, we're on sensitive time. more people are disappearing, and I have a really bad fear that it could be bad for all of us. The more information we get, the more better off everybody will be.
You see, he kind of looks from one side to the other, kind of nervously. All right, but look, Gizmo's ambitions are a bit eccentric. He's not all there, if you know what I mean.
Understandably, but this is me we're talking about. My anything normal down here.
Just wanted to give you a heads up as to what you're getting into, and you feel the slight touch of something on your wrist, and you look down and you can see he has slid a key under your hand.
I do appreciate the warning. You are one of my best friends, after all. And
I don't think that was quite the compliment.
And she's gonna slide a hand 10 platinum to him.
Ooh!
Oh,
Okay.
They about to renovate.
You can see he kind of looks down and the like quiet character like breaks from him like that's a lot of money, Dahlia. I can't accept this.
Let me tell you, Laszlo, when we are successful with this endeavor, you would have been a contribution to it. Keep it. Treat yourself to something. Other than sandwiches that I see you hide behind the desk from time to time.
You see he like goes to say something, but he just kind of quietly his mouth shuts again. Then
He's
after a
gonna hide-
moment, no, go ahead.
it was a dumb joke. He's gonna hide lobster behind his desk from now on.
True. After a moment, he goes, "Back door. It says employees only. That key will get you in. Go down the hall, third door on the left."
Appreciated, Laszlo. I'll make sure it's worth your time. And then she'll like lean up and be like, "Oh, Laszlo, you and your mysteries. Oh well, it's a shame that you don't know who this Gizbip is. Anyways,
I'm sorry, I did the best I could, but perhaps the butcher will know more. The butcher next door.
quite so. But do you have a bathroom that I can go? Oh wait, I know it is. Anyways, thank you, Laszlo.
Yes, of course.
I'll just wash myself up real quick before we go to the butcher. I know he doesn't particularly like when I bring cobwebs into his store. Come along, bodyguards, and she'll like clap her hands for you guys to follow her.
If you were
Wait,
gonna
wait.
use any cover for them, bodyguards would be the way to
Wait,
go.
no. She was gonna say bodyguards and my friend Finley.
I'm the friend now. Yay!
Yeah.
Dude has the most like tight-lipped, nonplussed face.
No. Exactly like under the helmet, nonplussed, tight-lipped expression ever.
Meanwhile, in Blaine's head, he goes, "Oh, all right. I guess we're accompanying her to the bathroom. This will work."
And she will lead you all guys, like, I imagine going towards the bathroom is like going towards the employees only door. But she passes the bathroom.
Mhm.
Nonchalantly. And we'll stop in front of the employees only room and take the key out. Well, like with her sleeve, just open the door with the key.
Okay. You slip the key in, and it unlocks the door very easily, almost like the key was meant for it. Crazy, I know. The door opens up, and you can see a dimmed hallway. You can see that on the wall there is like a what is the word I'm looking for?
A corridor?
No, what is it when like a candle is like mounted on the wall? Was that
Candle mount?
It's a brazier?
Brazier? Yeah, that.
Are you sure it's not Brazier?
Shut
CJ?
up.
Oh my god.
The other week, CG learned the difference between Brazier and Brazier.
I've only read it in books.
To be fair, they
But you
spell
can
very
see that
similarly.
there's a candle mount like on the wall that looks like it blew out probably sometime not too long ago. So the hallway is a little dimmed, but you guys continue and you get down to the third door on the left. It is just a wooden door going to you don't know where. Not until you open it. There's
Oh,
no
yeah.
sign on the door or anything.
I was gonna say, as she's opening the door, she'll be like, "Alright, new bodyguard employees for the library. I know things have been a little bloody, but let me show you the break room." And she'll lead you guys in as if she is trying, like,
Mm-hmm.
to, give you all a hint to play along.
Mm-hmm. Just plays along. Yep.
Oddly enough, when the door opens, the room you see on the other side does look like a break room. Even Dahlia, you're even taken back for a moment, like, oh wow.
Oh wow, I was right.
But
And-
that just appears to be what it is, a break room.
Dang. Do they have a nice couch at least?
They do have a nice couch.
Good, they deserve a nice couch. Anyways, at the front of the door, Dahlia will turn to the others and just be like, "Now, my friend did warn me that Gizmo is a little bit more eccentric than others, so be mindful. Best manners, understand?"
I understand. And he's gonna look on over to the phantasm. Best manners. I'm gonna give a look.
So no zone of truth then.
No, just we might be in a situation with similar company to last night is all.
In what regard?
Very well.
Thankfully, I'm pretty sure it's the non-giant kind, but there's some criminal activity. We'll say.
Newt will post up next to what the equivalent of the fantasy coffee maker and grab a mug as one of his hands goes down to the finger loop on his sickle.
Okay. Just so I can confirm, y'all, what is the plan here? What are you guys doing as a group in this room?
I think Dahlia just took us in here to tell us that to get away from any prying eyes or ears.
I thought we were...
I
Oh, go ahead.
I thought that we were being sent to a specific place. Like, this was where we're supposed to meet.
Yeah, I thought we were just
This
waiting
is-
for him.
I mean, we don't. Just Laszlo said that this was the door that to go see Gizmo. So
Oh, okay.
I'm going to assume that we have to knock first before entering in. But Dahlia was just stopping in front of the door to get in to let y'all know to be like on your best behavior.
Oh,
Very well.
I thought we already
Sorry.
opened the door, so redact my coffee.
So
You
yeah,
did-
we
did already open the door.
Yeah, we did open the door to the hallway, and Dahlia led you guys to in front of the door where Laszlo told her Gizmo would be.
Ah, okay.
Oh, then that's a mistake on my part. I thought you guys
Oh.
opened the door that he directed you to, which is a break room, or at least what appears to be a break room.
Oh, no, not yet. I'm sorry.
Well, guess the cat's out of the bag on this one.
Well,
I hope there's a break room on the other side.
boy, howdy. I sure hope they have, something over there.
Oh, hey, they got Pac-Man in the corner. Excellent.
Oh, sweet, a nice couch.
But,
So the reason why I want to ask is just like, are you guys going to like look around the room? Are you gonna just kind of sit and wait?
Blaine would absolutely look around the room.
Okay. Anyone who wants to like investigate the room, make me an investigation check.
Oakley dokley.
Could I do a perception check if I'm just looking around the room but not
Sure, I'll allow
actively
it.
investigating?
Yeah.
That's 9.
I got a 23.
I got a 13. Also, I just realized I don't think we did our first rolls for the night before.
Oh my goodness, you're right. Everybody roll me a d20 right now.
7.
16.
12.
There it is. 17.
Okay. Just had to confirm whether or not somebody got advantage or not.
All right. Phantasm will, I guess, in this break room, just kind of find a corner and just kind of just brood,
Okay.
waiting.
Unfortunately, there is no like empty corner in this room, and it's not a very large room, so you had to like awkwardly stand next to like the plant in the corner.
Sure.
Well, it's either that or you can Batman pose on the back of the couch.
True. You could climb up on the counter and like fucking, like crouch down on it like a goblin.
Nah. Or would Gizmo like that?
Only one way to find out.
Nah, too silly.
All right. You guys begin looking around. And Blaine and Dahlia, you're kind of struggling. You're just kind of like, this is a room. There's nothing interesting about this. Newt, as you are kind of like, you've definitely been in more than one situation where you've like had to find a hidden door in a room where there's seemingly none.
Yeah.
And you, as you're kind of like fumbling around the walls, kind of like looking for like any loose panels or anything, you reach one section of the wall directly behind the couch where your hand just kind of phases through it.
Secret door 101. Welcome to Time to Find Cults. And he will step through.
Surely enough, there is a hallway. Not a hallway, a stairway that goes downward on the other side of this wall.
He'll peek his head back through the invisible wall. There's a stairway here. Watch your steps. Kind of steep.
I will make a note. The stairway is very dark.
Well, we all have dark vision and or blind sight.
Meaning none of you have an issue.
So, Newt will head down to the bottom of the stairs and wait for everyone else.
Dahlia will be right behind Newt.
Okay.
Blaine will follow.
Yep. And I'll follow as well.
All
All
right.
right. You all make your way down the stairwell, and at the end of it, there is a landing with another wooden door, but with like one of those wooden doors with like the iron accents. Like it's got like the metal bars on it and everything.
Okay.
You can hear on the other side of the door, and through the metal bars, which seem to look into the room somewhat, you can hear the sound of like tools. You hear the whirring of machines. And you see from in between the bars, you can see the sparks of something off from the side, just out of your vision from whatever this next room is.
Your friend
do you guys do?
Your friend give you a special knock or anything for this?
No.
All right then. Do I knock or do we just push the door in?
What did I say? Mind your manners and knock.
Okay. Noodle, step forward in.
You knock once, and there's no reply. but you can still hear the sounds of like the machinery, what I can only define as power tools going on the other side.
Looks like he's wrapped up in his work.
Blaine will.
Oh, go ahead.
Blaine will just at that just kind of walk in.
I guess we're just walking in.
As you go to walk in, you go to open the door, and it does not move. Appears to be locked.
That key wouldn't quite work again, would it?
Only one way to find out. Dahlia will go up and unlock the key, or try to use the key to unlock the door.
You go to unlock the door, and there's no keyhole. There's not even a knob. It's one of those like it's just like a bar that you just kind of grab to open and close it.
Oh. Don't think the key will work.
Swell. Anyone got a loud noise? Or want to knock harder? I can knock harder, but I don't think the door's going to be there when I'm done.
Ah, yes,
Good
my
enough.
favorite enemy of any D&D party, the humble door.
Listen, I
Shall
have a
I just
confession.
break it open?
Nah, I don't think we need to do that.
Blaine, go ahead and knock, then.
Alright, Blaney is going to very loudly knock.
Okay. I'm not gonna knock very loudly. Because I don't want to do what I did the other day and knock shit over. But you pound on the door. Doosh, doosh, doosh. And you hear the sound of... You hear a light screech from inside. It seems like whatever was being used went off course and let out like a squeal or screech or something.
Oh boy.
You know those mechanical screeches that are like deafening,
Mhm.
even for just a moment. And you hear from the inside, "Go away! I'm busy."
We're here to speak with Gizmo.
There's a moment of quiet, and hear the power tools begin to wind down. And then after a couple moments, you hear the sound of what sounds like little, like feet on stone begin making your way over. You hear the scooting of something wooden across the floor, and from up under the door, up from under the bars, you see what appears to be another gnome wearing goggles kind of pop up. His big nose kind of sticks in between the bars, and he kind of begins to look at you. Well, you found him. What do you want? Dahlia,
Yes.
you almost immediately see a resemblance between this gnome and Laszlo. Make me an insight check.
19.
This is absolutely someone related to Laszlo.
Yeah.
Ah, bugga. She kind of like, her eyes kind of like barely open at the realization of that, but it's really subtle, so she's like, ah. And she'll be like, well, my manners, I'm Dahlia. Pleasure to meet you. We were wondering if we can have a couple of chats.
Whoa, hold that thought. You said Dahlia?
Yes.
You're the funeral, the dead girl, right? You're not dead, but the funeral part of the girl.
Yeah, the one that handles the dead, yeah.
Yeah, the one my brother won't shut up about.
Phantasm will
Oh.
just crane their neck to Dahlia.
my god, if I had a nickel for every time, 3 nickels, which isn't a lot, but I'm surprised I have 3.
I would have 3 nickels, which isn't a lot, but still weird.
That line is so good.
So
Phineas and Ferb was ahead of its time, but
it really fucking was.
But anyways, Dahlia just like, her eyes that settle wide open, now is like, he talks about me. That's
Yeah, a
right.
guy is practically head over heels for you. I don't know if it's like a love thing or if he respects you or what. I don't fucking know, but I have nothing to add to the end of the statement.
As do I, but pleasure to meet you.
must be her extroverted personality.
I'm the life of the party, don't you know?
You're one to
indeed.
talk about extrovertedness, phantasm. They look directly at you.
You're aware of me.
I'm aware of a lot of things. And you see at this point they kind of move the goggles up from their head. And you watch as these very like bright white rings around the eyes slowly begin to fill up with blood.
What?
He's not like bleeding, but he's just had these goggles on super tight for a very long period of time. So you're beginning to see I realized that after I said you're beginning to see the color return to the whiteness around his eyes.
I see.
He's bleeding.
If it's any consolation, I'm not here to hurt you.
It's gonna insight you. Okay.
We're here for information.
Yeah, so are most people who come to my door. But just like everyone, you still gotta pay the toll.
Oh, don't worry. We all intend to pay the toll.
He kind of nods. So what do you want now?
Well, we were curious if you knew what this might be, and she'll take out the vial of the goop.
The goop.
You see he kind of squints his eyes a little bit. Here, hold on. And you see a small section of the door shut outwards as it looks like a drawer kind of pops open in front of you. Let me take a look.
Oh lord, we're basically at a bail bond place.
She'll give him the vial.
Almost as soon as you place the vial in the drawer, is no, he doesn't look like that. CG, shut up. I'll explain that joke later. But almost immediately as you pop it into the drawer, it snaps shut, and you can see on the other side he holds up the vial up to his face, starts eyeballing it. Looks like some kind of mold or fungus or something, but it's not normal, which I'm sure you already fucking knew. Looks like it's got some sort of weird magic imbued in it. Interesting. Where'd you get this?
Under a bed of a house, or under a bed in a master bedroom of somebody who's recently been blessed by, what's it called? That one branch on the far right of town that's run by a new priest that nobody knows about.
Hmm.
Or at least that's what I'm assuming, anyways.
You see he kind of he doesn't drop the vial, but the vial like drops out of sight. He looks back to you guys. I may or may not know something about that. If you're willing to pay the toll. And you see there's like a weird, like, almost like inflection when he says the word toll.
How much do you want?
Oh, it's not gold I want, my friend. No. I don't deal in gold. I got no use for it. I can get gold anywhere. No. I deal in secrets. Information. More specifically, the unknown. When I say secrets, I mean literal secrets. The juicier the secret, the more I'm willing to give you.
I think I might have something.
Oh, yeah?
So,
You do look like you're new in town.
yeah, I get that a lot. So, due to our investigations, we've been able to ascertain that something that's going on in that church has to deal with aberrations.
Mm-hmm.
And that our friend, the High Priest, is doing a little bit of experimenting, helped along by the Cravenbrands.
Uh-huh. Well, you're already a couple steps ahead from the last person who came and asked me this.
Oh. Well, that's two things we need to ask about then. What'll that get us?
Well, first of all, make me a persuasion check.
This'll be fun. A 12.
A 12.
In case you haven't noticed, Newt is not a people person.
Yes. He looks at you and goes, sorry to do this to you there, big man, but I already knew that. You're gonna need to give me something a bit juicier.
Takara just takes off her helmet and tosses it to the floor.
You see their eyes go immediately to you, Takara, and they go, ah. Well, I didn't have to convince you or anything. All right.
For this, you better tell us everything we want to know.
He smiles, kind of a wicked smile. I like her, he says, looking to the rest of you.
As do I.
So,
If again, if Takara had eyes, there would be a quick, just like peripheral vision look over to Dahlia and then straight back to Gizmo.
Well, no, I just imagine all the snakeheads turn to her for a second.
Yeah, just for like a frame. So, Gizmo, tell us. So, what was there was somebody else that came, basically, is what they just said?
Yeah, someone else that came, and we also don't know anything about the priest and what he's doing down there, which he just told us he knows what he's doing down there.
First and foremost, what is the priest doing down there with these aberrations?
well, you kind of already answered that question yourself. He's experimenting. And I'll admit, I don't know exactly what he's doing, but I can guarantee you it's exactly why people are vanishing. Because experiments need guinea pigs, right? And I'm sure you know some of the weird oddities around town, like this gunk, for example. That shit ain't normal. As I said before, it's imbued with magic. What I didn't say, though, is that the magic imbued in it is artificial. It was
How
made
can-
from another source. rather than being naturally imbued.
In that case, who's this previous individual that came to you asking about this?
Make me a persuasion check on that one.
Can it be an intimidation check?
I will allow it.
Thank you. Oh my god, a 13? Really? Fuck you, roll 20.
He looks at you for a moment and he goes, "Sorry, I don't dish out information on other clients."
Fuck it, burning inspiration.
Wait.
Oh.
27!
Oh,
I don't care. Tell me.
tell me.
That wasn't in character, that was the... But...
Are you sure?
I know you have a reputation to keep up about keeping secrets, but...
Do you need another one?
No. Now I'll throw you a bone, as you did throw me one, as to say. Last guy who came by asking questions was a Durgar fella. Goes by the name Skorg.
How long ago?
You see, he visibly pauses, and he goes, "Give me 1 second." And you watch as he vanishes, and you hear the little footfall go across the room on the stone floor. Then you hear it.
While he's gone, I
did
just
return.
whisper. While he's gone, I just whisper to like Newt or Dahlia or Blaine, whoever's closest to me. I just lean down and whisper, "It is taking all my fucking willpower not to burst down that door and shake him for information."
I mean, between the two of us, I'm pretty sure we can get him to open that door with magic.
There's no need for that. He wants secrets. I know I have a few stockpiled.
Oh yeah.
Though free
You could-
advice,
God.
he's seen what you look like. Someone will pay him for that.
I'm abundantly aware.
I don't think he'll sell you out that easily.
You're right. As you hear him begin to approach. Like I said, I don't normally sell information on other clients. But I won't lie to you guys and say that you aren't actually doing me a bit of a solid here. So I'm willing to give this to you. Score came by around 12 hours ago.
So above game, before we met with him or after?
It would have been after you guys met with him. 12 hours ago from this point would have been probably when you guys... It would have been around when you guys were talking with Therram originally. Like in the brothel.
Oh. Wow, okay.
So he came to talk to you after we talked to him. Interesting.
And he
Skorg's a bit of a
disappeared.
regular around this place.
And he disappeared in that time frame.
He disappeared?
Wait, do we actually know that above game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
You do.
because
The
we got the
letter.
letter.
Okay.
You got the letter.
Dahlia holds out the
Well,
letter and gives it
immediate-
to
Yeah, immediately Phantasm will pick up on that. That's another secret we gave you.
God, shit.
Mhm.
Alright, fine. I'll give you that one. What's the next question?
Above game, what else do we need to know and ask and shit?
We know literally nothing about the priest aside from that he's doing the experiment, so knowing anything about him would probably help. We also
That's a
don't
good
know.
idea.
We also know that the church is completely locked down, so a way to get in there, that'd be helpful.
Also a good idea. And I've got one, but I'll save it if we don't. I'll save it for after, since we've already got like 2 going.
We know how long this Duskren Dorel has been this corrupted priest, yeah? How long he's been there?
Yes, I gave you a rough time frame. I just don't remember what it was.
Yeah, like
off the
a
top of my
month,
head.
I think.
Yeah, I think it said about a month.
Okay.
And the disappearance has been going on for like 3 to 2 weeks.
Do you... And we know that do we know for certain that the corrupted priest and the disappearances are linked, or should we ask him that?
He kind of, I'll give this to you for free. He just a minute ago kind of heavily implied it, if not straight up accused that church of taking the people for whatever these experiments are.
So, do we need any more information from this guy?
Like I said, I'd want to know if he knows any ways to get into this church, because we know it's on lockdown. Like
Okay.
only the clerics that go out into the city have a way in.
This church is locked down like a vault. How do we get in? There has to be some secret entrance or something.
Well, to get into that church, you either have to be a member, you have to be wanting to become a member, a prospective member, or if you're a bit of the sneakier variety, if you're wanting to do something a little, illegal.
I just look at this guy like, come on. I'm a fucking vigilante, like, come on.
There is, from what I'm aware of, a way into the church from underground, specifically the sewer system. The building itself, a while back, had a bit of a renovation, some indoor plumbing, if you will. But, fun fact, construction company didn't do a very good job. And one of the walls opens up directly into the church's storeroom.
See,
Interesting.
This is what happens when you don't hire Union.
Now, who?
He's
You
not in this
shot.
campaign.
You
He's not in this
shot.
campaign.
I knew it the second it came out of my mouth that that's where that joke was going to end up.
There was something about them unionizing. They didn't do the job completely. Now, to clarify, there isn't a secret door. However, you could make a door. If you catch my meaning.
I'm pretty good at that.
He kind of looks you up and down. Yeah, I believe it. Blaine.
I figured you'd have heard of me. You seem to be the type to have your ear to the ground.
The scourge of the pits.
Mm-hmm. I have my own question, actually, if you're willing to trade.
What does Blaine... What does Blaine Fulbrug need to know?
In our travels investigating this nonsense, we've had a bit of a wild card, something that we have been... something has been skirting around our investigations. Left a little bit of a mystery, and a little pain in me eye. It's called a little goblin fellow, following these priests, apparently keeping tabs on the places that they've been. You know anything about this one?
That depends. What do you got for me?
Perhaps it's something a little bit personal, if you're willing to it.
You see him visibly, lick his lips. I might be.
Pits. Not much is known about me. And one thing I don't try to give out is who took my eye. I took my eye.
You see he kind of crooks his neck at that, ever so
Some of the
curiously.
snakes on Takara's head are actually kind of leaning in and looking at you.
Back when I
Why
was...
would you do? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Why would you do something like that?
I wasn't exactly didn't exactly have a happy childhood. Not as a slave in the upper cloud cities, or as a gladiator. My old pitmaster, the one that sent me out into the gladiator fights, he was a real mean son of a bitch. Eventually, when I got good enough to earn and buy my way out, oh, they had the authority to let me go, but he wanted something else. He said, I'm not gonna let you go until you give me something irreplaceable. Without skipping a beat, I took a knife and carved out my own eye. Said he can have my sight. That do something for you?
Oh, that does a lot for me. And you see he kind of like twitches a little bit, and you hear his neck like verbally, like audibly crack.
Where is
And
this
as he
man
breathes
now?
out, you see a very soft puff of like cold air kind of leave his mouth as he does that.
Blaine, where is this man now?
Oh, this fire giant. I suspect he's still up in the skies where I left him. Provided he didn't get completely shunned out of society. Who knows?
I've never killed a fire giant before. Sorry about the dog barking.
Hey, yo, you guys got a dog with you?
No, I'm just recalling his faithful hound.
Oh, alright.
Meanwhile,
It's
Newt to himself.
materializing.
I was gonna say, Newt in his head. I wish I had a dog. If only we were level 11.
Soon.
Soon. Well, Blaine, that right there is quite delicious. I'll give you a couple for those. Can you, and you see you can see he kind of wipes a bit of sweat away from his brow. Can you repeat your question?
There's a goblin that has been
Yes,
tracking...
the goblin. What do you think happened to the old priest?
Really now? That's
Turned into a goblin?
Like I said, experiments need guinea pigs. And someone needed to get the old priest out of the way.
Why would he be lurking around then?
Doesn't it make sense? He was in the place when we found him. He's been following the priests, and when we got into the room, I believe he was trying to smudge what was happening underneath the floor. He's a disruptive element to their plans.
This is primarily speculation, but I'm a very smart individual, so I've been able to put a couple of the pieces together. But from what I've been able to tell, old Isaac is not really, and you can see he's like tapping the side of his head. He's not all there anymore now, but he still has some memories of his previous life. Probably whatever they did to him didn't properly work, or he was more resilient than he thought. So with that, he still feels some sort of connection to these priests and whatever they're doing, and, well, likes to get involved, it seems. That involvement, I don't know if it's him getting his rocks off by messing up their shit, or if he is trying to put the pieces back together.
I think the latter. You'd be surprised what a grudge can do to a dead body.
And because that Little secret you just gave me was so juicy. You see another cold breath of air kind of escape his lips. I can tell you right now that old Isaac, well, he gets around in the sewers, lives down there. Lives in there with all the rats and spiders.
If we call him out by Isaac, will he answer, or does he go by a different name?
Now, he goes by, what was his fucking name? He says definitely not looking up at his notes. You see a little clipboard come out from behind the...
When the NPC is like, oh, what was that now? That's DM talk for, I'm looking it up, give me a moment.
I'm looking in my notes.
While you look that up, Tart, since he's doing that weird thing with his breath, since it's not necessarily super cold down here, could I roll an Arcana check real quick?
Sure.
Only an 11.
Womp womp.
As you said before, not that cold down here.
Neat. Cool.
Oh.
Awesome.
The name he goes by now is Gunk.
Gunk.
And that is just as easy as it sounds.
Yeah.
Gunk.
I'm pretty
I didn't mean to
sure
put that in all caps.
no, his name is, now we have to shout it every time we say it.
Gunk! It's actually spelled like, hold on.
Well, while this is going
Gunk.
on, and he's focused on Blaine and Phantasm, I'm going to do this real quick.
Oh.
Oh.
I burned a spell slot. Do I sense any fiends nearby? Or any of the above-mentioned creature types?
You sense faint fiend energy, but the last couple times you've done that, you've done it as well, and you've used this enough to where you're able to attribute it to, like, half fiends, like tieflings and such. But as far as significant fiend traces, you do not.
Okay. Well, I just had to make sure that I did not have to come back and kill this guy later.
You do sense, as mentioned before, aberration.
And I would assume that's in the direction of the church.
I don't believe you would know.
I would know if it's still roughly within a mile radius, so if it's
It
far
is
off.
within roughly a mile, and you aren't that far from Dahlia's place, which is, I believe, where
Yeah.
you sensed it last time,
Yeah.
or where you used this feat last
Yeah.
time.
He's just going off the assumptions on the general direction. But okay, you can go back to everything else.
Yeah, no. Goes by the name Gunk now, and that's because of the, well, I think you can figure out why he's called Gunk now. So, in terms of the name Isaac, I don't know. You may or may not respond to it. Come and tell me once you figure it out. I may be willing to give you something for it.
Very well. Is there anything else? Looking to the party, not him. Anything else like we should ask him?
Do we want to inquire about why the spiders are covered in mold?
We could get some information about these spiders.
Might as well
Sure.
while we're here.
What can you tell us about these spiders and the mold associated with them? Or do you need another secret for that?
You can see he legit starts thinking for a moment. Oh man, you guys have given me some pretty good stuff thus far. And I am going to leave this up to a dice roll. High or low?
I'll call high.
High?
Yeah.
He looks at you and he goes... He looks between you and Blaine. He goes... what the hell, I'm feeling generous today.
Good.
So,
At this point, Phantasm will reach down to their helmet and put it back on.
Okay. So, the spiders. Pretty simple, actually. So he's got plenty of them. How else do you go about spreading a virus? How else do you go about spreading, and he holds up the vial again, magically infused gunk, as it were, in a city filled with spiders?
So it's... Or 1 second, need my bowl. So one could presume they're trying to spread this corruption all about the city.
I would normally agree with you, but based on how the disappearances are going, it seems very localized, almost planned. I'm gonna assume your new priest friend has to do with that, meaning he has some influence on these spiders, probably. So, I know, Church of Lolth having an a influence on spiders, crazy, right? But just, if you're planning to go in there, know that if you're discovered, things could probably get bad. But I'm sure you knew that already.
Frankly, sir, there's a mother and father separated from their daughter, and I'll stop at nothing to reunite them.
Yeah, it sounds like you. If you want my humble opinion, if you're trying to get into that church, I mean, your best lead is probably going to be the old head priest. Find Gunk, he could probably get you in undetected. If you can find him.
Sounds like in either case, our path leads to the sewers. Either to find Gunk, or to find a soon-to-be hole in the wall.
Gunk probably knows a way into the church to where you don't need to bust open a hole in the wall, because that, admittedly, is going to cause a lot of noise.
Fair enough. We'll
So,
consider. The information is still useful. A plan B is always appreciated.
I am curious, though, if the actual Church of Lolth even knows what's going on.
are you willing to pay for that information, sissy?
Perhaps.
What do you want to know?
If the church is aware of this whole situation, or if they're kind of in the dark as well. Let's see. What would you like to know? She looks over at Gizmo.
What would I like to know?
Well, what would you like to know?
Oh, do I get to ask? Oh, I don't normally get to ask the questions. You see, he licks his lips.
Well, now's your chance.
He smiles as like his tongue kind of stays, and it kind of freezes like just under his nose. Did your family really go about getting rid of bodies for the Magnalas? The old governmental bodies, so that way they can take over unperturbed.
Well, God?
You definitely burned bodies for the Magnalas. If that, as to whether or not that was their purpose, you don't know.
Dahlia gives that, like, mischievous smile. And will say, well, we did burn bodies for them, but I can't say for certain if it was those people or not. They were kind of, hush-hush, if you understand.
That's all the answers I needed. The Children of Lolth, as Father Dusker now calls them. They now worship him almost as much as they worship their god. whether or not they're aware of what's going on, I think is irrelevant. Because I think regardless of what he was doing, they would follow him in a heartbeat. Perhaps even until death.
Even so, the main church isn't even aware of this whole ordeal. Fascinating.
No, they're not. Why do you think that is?
It could be just be common sense. It's a large organization. Not everybody can be aware of all the happenings going on.
True.
Well,
There aren't that many churches to Lolth here in Karagoa. Keeping in contact can't be that hard, can it?
We
Well-
have potlucks every month or so.
What do you serve at a Lolth potluck?
Eggs.
I mean, the usual, the usual potluck stuff, like potato salad.
CG had that one served up for a while.
Does that count towards more secrets?
What?
The
The information
potato-
of a Church of Lolth potluck? No. Give him the
Damn,
potato salad
damn.
recipe.
Damn it.
You'll never get my Krabby Patty formula.
I mean, Noodle just kind of looked to Phantasm. I mean, it's not that surprising. You need to realize the typical form of worship for Lolth is live sacrifice. If it's traders, I think it's just an extra little bonus.
Do we have anything else?
I'm out.
Wait, above game, the main church doesn't know because this branch is specifically not telling them shit? If I got that right, or
Make me an insight check, Dahlia.
okay,
Insight?
that's a 22.
Nice.
He's implying that they do know.
Oh, the whole church is corrupt. Oh boy.
The whole church.
The
I love it.
whole church.
The whole
Alia
thing.
squints her eyes and is like, "So the church knows. Why are they keeping it under wraps then from everybody else?"
He shrugs. Lolth works in mysterious ways, I guess.
Unless they're trying to downplay the seriousness of this. Because if my acquaintance over there points over at Newt is correct about his theory, then this could be bad news for Lolth.
Indeed, it would be. Imagine the entirety of Lolth's church eradicated from Karagoa after a scandal about experimentations and disappearances showed up on their doorstep. Or perhaps it's a front for something much bigger. Only you can figure that out. Because unfortunately, I'm a bit full. I need to really return back to my work.
Well, I thank you for your time and your information. It was quite insightful.
Oh no. Thank all of you. You've really done me a favor.
I think at that, our business has concluded, and we should be about our merry way then.
You're one
I
of
wish you
four-
all luck. Please come again,
you're one of-
stranger.
You're one of 4 people that know what I look like. Consider that a privilege.
Don't worry, friend. My lips are sealed.
I have a quick question. Who was he calling stranger?
Leon Kennedy.
Cobbler.
I mean,
Does Cobbler have any secrets he wants to know? Does Cobbler have anything he's got to get off his chest?
Cobbler just goes, women.
Whoa! Whoa now!
Remember, he is a devil, so he's canonically an asshole.
True. That's also, for those who don't know the joke, that is the Leon Kennedy line. He says that in literally every game. He just goes, women.
Oh my god. Alright, let's leave, I guess, and go into the sewers to find Gunk.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright.
Alright. Gross.
You all begin to head out. On your way out, Dahlia, you move on past Laszlo, who's still at the desk. He seems to be scribbling something on a piece of paper, and you kind of slide the key to him.
Yep.
I trust your trip to the bathroom was worthwhile?
Quite so. So nice having 3 bodyguards stand outside the bathroom door to make sure I have the entire place to myself.
Absolutely.
I thought
Can't
I
have
was your
prying
good
eyes,
friend.
can we? Sorry,
I
go
thought I
ahead.
was- I thought I was your good friend Philly.
That's right, my bad. 2 bodyguards and my friend Finley helping me do my hair. Anyways.
Mm-hmm. God. So fucking silly. Also, Tart, I just want to preface before going into the sewer. I have poison immunity from being a Yuan-Ti, and I have divine health from being a paladin.
You are turbo sewer resistant.
I've been drinking my orange juice.
Yes, as you all make your way out and you begin to find... Oh god, my computer just went into sleep mode because I haven't touched anything in a bit. Well, my computer did go to sleep mode, but my monitor turned off. It was like, oh, okay, you haven't done anything in a while. I guess you're not doing anything. But as you guys begin to find a way to make entrance into the sewer, that is where we are going to take our break.
Okay.
Yay!
Okay.
Woo.
Good shit.
Good shit. Good shit.
This has been fun.
I will be right back.
So
Okay.
fun fact, and this is just a little behind the scenes thing for you all. Anyone who was a rogue would have recognized the copper band as having thieves' cant around it.
Huh.
Uh,
I'm so glad that we just totally fed that totally not a demon all our secrets.
Listen, I checked. Whatever he is.
You did check. He did not register as a fiend, I promise you.
Yes, and Fiend covers all 3 types.
Listen, I know that there was something going on, but we didn't care. At least I didn't care. It was just like, oh, information?
Listen,
Kind of sketchy? Cool, whatever. Information.
Newt is a specialist, okay?
No, that's fair.
That's a
fair.
whole bunch of someone else's problem.
So, also context for the joke CG made earlier, and I was like, I'll explain that later. That picture of that Hero Forge model you posted, the gnome, is of our friend Sindri, who is Ginger Boy's character in our Sunday game, or at least he was until he had to step away from our game and he became an NPC. But he recently, in our last episode, made a slight re-debut as he's been trapped in the Underdark.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was the joke of like, hey, he's a gnome with goggles in the Underdark. Is it Sindri? To which I say, no.
I know, because if that was Sindri, he would be very, very happily and politely ripping and tearing his entire way through this entire
Correct.
mystery.
Correct.
That-
What do you think Gizmo was working on?
The other joke is that
I'm back.
the other
Well-
joke is that Sindri is such a nice, wonderful being, and he's been in the Underdark this whole time. He is basically Doom Guy for everything that's happening. that
He's
you would expect to happen.
literally Doom Guy with the personality of Isabel.
Yeah, that's basically it.
What is happening? What?
We're explaining the Hero Forge model that CG posted, and I was like, I'll explain that later.
Ah, okay.
Mhm.
It's an old character from someone who had to dip out of our Sunday game. who recently re-debuted, and they've been like their character has been stuck in the Underdark for the past I don't know, almost 100 episodes.
Speaking of which, if you want to watch any of those 100 episodes, you should check out Tart's YouTube channel, which Tart never actually plugs.
I don't plug it, and I really need to start doing it. I post
True.
I post most of my stream VODs to my YouTube channel, including all 101 episodes of War of the Shared Sun, our long-term D&D game.
Yes, which is why I was plugging it for you, because I see your uploads and I'm like, Tart should have more subscribers.
And I appreciate that. You know what? I also appreciate the bathroom. I'm gonna go use it. I'm gonna go thank it personally
Go
with my bladder.
Yeah.
Oh, just a sec. Gonna be honest. When you said Newt slid his finger into the loop of his sickle, my brain made the most sexual image of fingers going into the loop. Oh, okay, Bun. Listen, let's just say that Newt has no experience with the opposite sex. This thing might have happened at a very pivotal point when he was growing up, and thus his only person to help him go through puberty was a hag. Not great for that.
Why my pee-pee hard? That's just fey magic. Don't worry.
I turned it to stone.
No! Oh.
Fucking hags.
Yes, though I love Hexblood. So far it's been super fun. I just wanted to get through all the stuff, which reminds me, I have to re-up the tooth.
It's true, you do.
As you do.
I'm back with more water.
Welcome.
Back.
Yeah, it looks like we fully killed Bun.
Listen.
Uh,
Sometimes you gotta rip the Band-Aid off. And in this case, I just took off the helmet and was like, look, just tell us everything.
Dude, I wanted so bad. I really was like, dude, when you took off the helmet, because I was like, we were gonna. I had something. I want to wait for you to do it last.
Wait, it's Flustered Bun in the chat. Flustered Bun. How dare?
Oh, did we get some art?
I think something may have appeared on the Twitter. Also, thank you, Delo Moon.
yes. Thank you,
Oh my
Moon.
god.
For the 100 bits.
Where's my I need
Okay, I've got two individuals both dying in different ways. I need context here.
I will post it in unheisted art. Do. Phone plus. Here we go.
Fun, thank you so much. I cry.
Listen, Dolly is out here getting all of the husbandos and waifus in this campaign. We can see why.
Listen, this is how I normally react when my friends draw me shit. So,
Yep.
thank you.
I tried to fucking post funny picture.
Is it ha-ha funny?
There you go.
That's a great quote.
None of these thoughts are in the Bible.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I will copy that for.
Save it for later.
Yes.
Pocket it away for that. That's a tool we could use for later.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. I still can't believe if I had a nickel for every time in this campaign, I would have 3 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's really
I will be right back.
I'm half
Oh, yeah.
imagining by the end of this, Dahlia's just going to be princess carried by all 3 members of the party. One's got their foot, one's got their waist, one's got their shoulders.
my god. No, not Finley though. Finley's like next.
I can walk.
Listen, I'm not a strength-based character, otherwise I can't.
Oh my gosh. But thank you so much, Bun. I'm saving this, and if you allow me, I will eat your art. I will do it.
My favorite thing to say to my friends that draw me stuff is, I want to print out your art, burn it, and then snort the ashes so
Oh my god.
I can absorb the art's essence.
Oh my god. Actually, I have a story. It's a very funny story.
Okay.
So, my lovely friend, one of my lovely friends, who drew Dahlia, funny enough, Turt, it was their birthday one year, and I was like, I know they really like Tui and all this, so I drew their D&D characters in the Tui style,
Mm.
and I showed it to him. I was like, surprise! Happy birthday! And before, I would always tell my friends, like, I'm gonna eat your art. Like, you know, haha, I'm gonna eat your art. This fucker this fucker went online with the help of one of our other friends, found this place that you could print art on, like, these, like, sugar things for, like, cakes and shit. Literally bought, like, a pack of, I think, 8 or 12. I don't remember how many. But they bought a pack of, like, these, like, sugar things with my art on it. And they literally ate it. That, like, evidence and all. And I was like, fuck.
I have missed the conversation, it seems.
We're just eating people's art. No worries.
Hey, yo. Also, I'm immediately going and right-click save asing the none of these thoughts are in the Bible.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yes.
But yes, shout out to my friend. I love you. Yeehaw.
Ha ye.
But I
Alright.
digress. It's your time.
Yes. So just to confirm, quick roll call. Vaughn,
Yeah.
CG,
Aye.
Tart, Therapod,
Yeah.
and Tweets.
Here.
I was like, for a moment, I was just like, Tweets.
Just the full SpongeBob meme of, oh!
The caveman SpongeBob meme.
Probably my favorite of all the
Targar.
SpongeBobs.
Targar Fire Tribe. Alright. You all are relatively easily able to find your way into the sewers, as there are a number of sewer grates. You remember the reservoir that you found earlier that you can use to enter to. But my question is, before you guys enter the sewer, are you entering it around or near a specific place, or are you just going to enter it from one location and try to make your way to another place? What is the projected plan for entering the sewers?
I want to say we get within a block or two of the church, and then we go down into the sewers and kind of try to find gunk.
I was
That's
actually
what I
going.
say.
I was actually going to suggest that we head back to the residential district where we first found gunk and the sewers.
Which is still close to the church, so yeah, makes sense.
Very well. I like that plan. Either way it works.
Okay. You guys head back to the area where you first spotted Gunk. And Blaine, you remember that location where you saw that one of these sewer grates looked like it had been like broken. A couple of the bars had been missing. And as you're kind of beginning to remove this grate so you all can enter, because you all can't slip through it, obviously. When you kind of begin looking around for your friend who you paid off for information, go ahead and make me a perception check.
And
You unfortunately do not see him. You kind of
Person.
comb the streets, but there's a lot of people, and you kind of just kind of grumble and shrug.
he's probably in the other alleyway being blackout drunk.
Probably.
I mean, you did give him a gold.
You did. A
I
gold
did.
buys a lot of alcohol, fun fact. But it takes, with the combined efforts of your group especially, it takes very little effort to remove this grate so that way you all can enter into the sewers. It is smelly. It is very smelly. I would like, let me think.
If you're within 10 feet of me, you get a bonus.
There is a bonus.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
hey, Blaine, can you help me check for tracks down here? I say angling for advantage as the ranger with survival.
Yes, I'm just trying to think of who would need to make this check. I'm gonna say everyone except Phantasm. Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
You all have +5 because I assume you're within 10 feet of me.
Yes.
Is this, out of curiosity, is this to avoid being
10.
poisoned?
It is not.
10.
It is not, but I know that there is a racial feat that gives you advantage. I will count it for this, but this is not specifically to be poisoned.
Okay. So that is 27 for Blaine.
23.
Excuse me.
Gesundheit.
This fun fact: this check was to not sneeze. Only I failed.
10 for Dahlia.
Oh, Dahlia. Well, you get. Yeah,
Yeah.
a 10 is thankfully good enough. It wasn't a very high check.
Oh, thank God.
So I saw the 5. I was like, oh no. But then I processed that you said 10. I was like, oh wait, that's fine. You're fine. Just know you guys. It's a little stinky, a little smelly. Dahlia, you kind of look over to your side and you see what is very obviously a rat riding a turd.
Oh no!
Just down the quote unquote waterway, and you're like,
Man.
that's gross.
That's the Underdark pizza rat.
Damn it! I was about to say Pizza Rat fell on hard times.
Blaine, you think you hear for a moment, king of the cheese.
Grrr.
That's another inside joke that only CG will get, but it's fine. But you all have made your way down into the sewers, and you seem to be rather unperturbed. I believe, Newt, you wanted Blaine to assist you with a survival check to find tracks.
Yeah, tracks.
All right, go ahead and make me a survival check with advantage with Blaine's assistance.
That's a natural 20.
That is a natural 20. All right,
Wow.
just real quick before we get into that. Phantasm and Dahlia, is there anything that you two would like to do while this is going on, while they're scanning for tracks? It's good, just change music now that we're probably
I got
down
nothing.
here.
Maybe be on the lookout for those spiders with mold.
Yeah.
That's you missing. This will be fine. Alright, so you're looking for spiders with mold. Are you two assisting each other for this check?
Yeah, I'll do the help action, I guess.
Alright.
I don't
And-
really know how I can be helping, but
It's fine. We'll allow it.
I mean, to be fair, you have blind sight, so if a spider was within 10 feet of you, you'd
True.
know.
True. Dahlia, go ahead and make me a perception check with advantage.
6.
You see, here's what
Damn,
happens.
y'all!
Here's what happens. Like, I tap into sort of like, my blind sense and stuff, and I just imagine, like, why are the walls and ceiling and the floor just wiggling? Oh God!
Oh,
That is all spiders.
And they're all doing the crab rave for some reason.
Yeah, so. But Tart, you can describe what Dahlia perceives.
Dahlia, you begin looking around, and you would expect, given the past however long, there to be a lot of spiders, and you would be correct. There are a lot of spiders. In a very large amount of spiders. Honestly, more than you probably could have imagined.
Jesus Christ.
What Thero said and jokingly said about the walls and shifting and moving, honestly, not far off.
Oh, great. Yay.
Yeah,
Lovely.
for a moment, like a genuine couple moments, you thought like, oh, the walls are just black down here. Oh, gross. Wait, no, they're not.
Oh, it's just spiders.
It is a lot of spiders,
Thanks,
And-
I hate it.
a
well,
lot of them have that mold on them.
it's the proper thing for what you say is a group of spiders, an uncomfortable amount of spiders.
Well, that's just any amount of spiders.
I think a group of spiders is called a nightmare.
Ooh.
Hey, fun fact, did you know that a group of scorpions is called a cyclone? Anyways.
Why?
I did not know that, but I kind of love it because it's so
It's
weird.
horrifying. Anyways. Newt, and that is what you get with your perception check. Newt and Blaine, you are able to quickly find a set of gunky footprints that have been left behind. And more specifically, you notice that a lot of this gunk in the footprints seems to be made of that same mold sludge material that you've been finding around. But they do seem to... You got an nat 20, so I'll give this to you for free. They do seem to be headed in the direction of the church.
Well, looks like he's leading us to where we want to go, whether we like it or not.
Hey, let's see if we can't get this slippery little goblin / drow.
Alrighty.
Brother, get the flamer.
The heavy flamer.
Heavy flamer. As you guys begin to move down these tunnels for the sewer, you see as like crowds of spiders kind of like begin to shift, and if you didn't know better, you would think they were almost making way for you all. It's really gross and even worse to watch. But you guys continue. I would like everyone to make me a survival check.
Okey-dokey.
Yeah. Okay, 18.
23.
Come on, Dahlia. Come on, Dahlia.
20!
Hey!
Wow.
You guys are able to move forward unperturbed. Proceeds to put dice back down on the table.
I just imagine the clank of my boots is just squish, 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 and I'm just stomping on spiders the entire way.
Yeah, walking the floor is almost like soft, and that bothers literally all of you. Oh.
I would also say Newt is just occasionally, every couple of feet, if the spiders start coming in, he'll strike the wall with his sickle, and it'll burst to light with fire using his Fiendish Flames ability. So just kind of trying to keep them at bay.
Yeah. You guys...
Blaine chooses to not care.
Blaine is more spider than man at this point. He's just like, meh.
I feel like there's something itchy in my beard.
Looking
Not
like
gonna look.
Cousin Ed made of spiders.
Not gonna look. Nope.
I'm sure Bob is just swallowing the spider's hole at this point.
Bob, as you check him, he has grown a mouth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
And more than that, you can see inside that mouth is a full set of what appear to be pure molars.
Thanks. I hate it.
Wait, is it like pointy molars?
Pointy molars? What's a pointy molar?
Just
A
pointy.
canine?
Yes. Canine.
No, those would be canines. These are molars.
No. Okay.
Molars are
Thanks,
like your far
Yeah.
back.
Okay.
teeth.
All right.
Thanks. I hate it.
Oh, he's cute. And she'll pat him.
Oh dear
You
lord.
pat him just as he munches down on a spider a little bit, like fucking like squirts out.
No, I just realized Bob is turning into one of those Quiznos mascot things from those horrible commercials.
Oh god.
Thanks.
Don't
He's turning into the honeycomb mascot.
don't
next he
do
grows
that to
fur.
my son. Don't do that to my son.
Damn it! Why isn't this working?
Could be worse. You could be turning into one of the Gushers kids.
He's gonna be in a Capri Sun commercial.
Okay.
All right.
But you all continue forward. And you all, as you continue, you begin, as you are able to determine around the general area of what you associate to be the church, like probably just a couple buildings down from where the church is, you open out, or you walk out into a wide circular chamber that appears to be a reservoir of some sort. There's a giant like hole in the center of it that leads down into pure darkness, and you all can hear from across the chamber what sounds like humming.
Think we're close.
I wonder what song they're humming.
Make me a history check, Dahlia.
Oh boy. That's an 8.
You are unsure.
I'll have Cobbler go invisible and fly towards the source of the humming. So if there's multiple paths, he can possibly try to head off our friend.
There's no need.
Oh.
As Cobbler, as he prepares to leap, to fly, he goes, "Wait, hold on. Right there." And you look and you can see up on, in what appears to be a makeshift like nest of some sort inside a small like nook in the wall. You see a single goblin just kind of sitting there humming to himself and fiddling with something, but none of you can identify what it is from this range. From where you guys are, he's currently about 60 feet from you. Probably closer to 80, actually.
Well,
A decent
Phantasm
distance, but
can't
not
be
a...
too-
Yeah, Phantasm, you do not see him, but you can hear him.
Okay.
And as I can see and hear this dog who I'm about to assault.
All right.
Dog.
How do we want to approach this guy?
Maybe without scaring him.
That's your department.
I say we make our presence known and just promise him that we're trying to, restore the church to how it was formerly.
I think I'll go ahead and I'll hang back. He might not take so keenly to me after I chased him.
Probably not. And I guess Dahlia will step a little bit closer.
A little bit.
A little bit closer and just be like, Gunk.
As Gunk shoots up and looks to you all, and Dahlia, now that you are presented with the information that you know, and you are looking at this goblin properly, there is a resemblance in the facial structure to that of Father Isaac. Or Father Terra, I should say.
It is true. It is you, Father Terra. Or rather, Gunk now.
Intruders!
I mean, you know...
What did he say?
Intruders!
Oh.
I don't mean to harm you. We're here to help you.
That's what the last person says.
And who was this last person?
Don't remember. Scary man. You can see he kind of starts pounding at his head a little bit, as if he's trying to remember.
I saw you smudging the marks. You're saving a lot of people.
He hacks just like that. Above game, I don't know if that came through on the microphone. That was my dog. Me too, Vaughn.
We honestly don't mean you any harm. I have no weapons on me.
Make me a persuasion check.
Okay. 17!
Ah! Then what are those? And you watch as Gunk points back to your friends who are armored and are wielding weapons, especially Blaine, who is carrying a giant maul.
Hey, I'm not there. I held back.
Oh, that's true. You did hold back. Then, Phantasm, who has a big sword.
Still, yeah, Phantasm's pretty menacing looking, although, she's trying not to be.
Try not to be.
Noodle make a show of being surprised about his weapon and immediately sheath it.
Oh, those two. The big armored one is my friend Finley. They're shy. And the other one is my bodyguard because people are disappearing. And, I don't want to be disappeared.
Make me a deception check.
Oh boy.
You aren't necessarily lying, but you aren't telling the truth.
11.
Oh, that was a good roll on his part. Oh no. I do need to give him disadvantage for this, admittedly, because of things. Okay. He looks at you both. Or he looks at the three of you and he goes, "No! You seek to take! You wish to take Gunk! But Gunk will not allow it!" And Gunk begins to shift in his spot, and you watch as the nest that he's kind of in you realize it was on a sloped surface of sorts as it begins to give way, and he's going to make a dex save as he begins to topple. Excuse me, dog. My dog is licking my feet.
Is he running away?
No, he is currently eating shit as he rolled a 2 on his dice. He falls about 15, 20 feet, and he kind of tumbles down into the floor of the chamber around the same elevation where you guys are, but you're still a decent ways away from him. He slowly begins to make his way back up to his feet. You guys can do something if you wish.
I'll turn to Newt and whisper, and obviously, can I do a stealth check? Because I don't want Gunk to hear this.
Yes, make me a stealth check.
Okay. Oh god, it's gonna be a 5. I am far away. I didn't approach.
Yeah.
But
What are you saying to Newt?
Shit. I could. Is it time for magic?
It's probably time
Also-
for magic.
Also, damn you, Therapod, for posting this fucking gif of the snail. I've been watching it for like the past 10 minutes on repeat. I
Yeah.
shit you not.
He's just eating. He's
He's
going
just
to
hungry,
town.
bro.
Yeah.
He likes him his tomatoes.
Yeah.
Very well. The phantasm will quickly come forward and cast suggestion.
Okay.
And my suggested course of activity, like a Jedi mind trick. You will take us to the secret entrance of the Lolth Church. Spell save DC 16.
I had to check something. Okay. Sorry, I was just looking at thing. All right.
Mhm.
DC 16, you said?
Yep. Sorry, Dahlia, if you had something else, but
No, I mean maybe, but
yeah.
Anyway.
That is an 18.
Well, he
Well,
just knows
shit.
I tried to fuck with his brain, so
You did. You
Yeah.
did. And you see as he kind of stumbles to his feet, he kind of like holds his head like, no! He like shakes wildly as if he's trying to throw something off of him. And he takes this, he kind of like lurches down, almost like a fetal position. And he goes, "Ah! Krakatoa!" As he just screams and it echoes throughout the chamber.
well,
You all,
That is an ominous portent.
you all hear from down in the pit the roar of a creature.
Oh no, I think I know what this is.
It is anyone who wants to go ahead and make me an Arcana check. Arcana or Nature. Newt, you get advantage.
21.
why not? Nature.
17. Oh my god.
13.
Unnatural
Easy.
one.
The good old dirty one, brother. Phantasm and Newt. This sounds draconic in nature.
What the fuck?
Oh no.
This dude's got a dragon pet on his side? What the fuck?
To that end, I will make note. Newt, you did not detect any dragons the few times you've done your primeval awareness, which is odd to you. And then you see a big, furry leg appear from inside the pit. And then another. And then another, as they all begin to reach up and slowly lift up what I can only describe as a dragon mixed with a gigantic spider.
Thanks, I hate it.
but a large collection of eyes and 2 huge fangs. Hey Vaughn, thanks for that stat block, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say. I'll never use something that a player hands me.
And to that end, I unfortunately was not able to get a map for this. But I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Oakley dokily.
Good.
As this thing crawls up to the top, and its big head kind of comes forward and looks at you all, and lets out this long, chittering roar.
That's an 11 for Blaine.
Let me real quick.
Newton and I got 15s, but because he's got the higher dex, goes before me.
And I got a 7.
Okay.
Fuck.
Let me find a good song for
I
that.
sure love making all this noise as we're trying to, go into somewhere.
I didn't want to use calm emotions right away, but rolls are not in my favor, so
Oh my god, yeah, if you rolled high on initiative and cast Calm Emotions, that would have been great.
Up.
Unfortunately, Roll20 was like, it's my turn for the low rolls tonight.
Because I 100%, like, as a cleric, I got, like, the highest initiative in one fight, and I just cast Calm Emotions immediately, and I was like, hold on, everybody, we don't need to fight. Hold on.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Have you considered peace, perchance?
Up first in initiative is Newt. Phantasm, you're on deck.
Okay.
Now I have a question. Is this thing still holding on to the side of this cistern?
Yes.
Okay.
You can see its main body is like lifted above the cistern, but all of the 8 legs are like positioned around the pit.
The pit.
Okay.
The pit.
Damn. If it had less good footing, I had a plan. Okay. Well then. Newt's immediately just gonna be like, well, this is happening. So immediately he will burn his free use of this as a bonus action to cast Hex on it. And I choose its strength saves. Not saves, checks.
Okay.
And he's gonna
You feel an odd sensation come over your body when you cast Hex. Make me an Arcana check, just real quick.
22.
The spell doesn't seem to work.
Did it seem to shrug off its effects?
No. It's almost like it didn't begin to affect it to begin with.
Alright.
Do with that as you will.
Well then, Newt will then pull out his whip and his sickle, and staying 10 feet away from this thing, he's going to swing at it twice with his whip.
Make an attack.
Okay, just a second, I need to... There it is. 12. Pretty sure that doesn't hit.
The 12 does not hit, as it kind of like weaves slightly out of the way as the whip flies forward and cracks right up next to its face. You have a second attack, though.
Yep, I'm gonna do it again. Natural 20.
There we go.
How do you want to do this?
Very quickly, he just goes around and just tries to swing the whip across this thing's eyes, where, thanks to his ability, those things catch on fire, because first, there's the damage, which is 10, and then Fiendish Flames goes off. Just a sec. But number 1, I wish I would roll higher.
So, a couple things happen. Newt,
Mm-hmm.
you take a wide, like, I would call it a slash, more like a swing with this whip, and you crack this thing across the eyes. And what follows next kind of boggles your mind for a moment as you see the whip actually phase through the creature. But
What's
the
happening?
creature begins to float backwards. And you're like, huh, that's weird. And then the creature seems to disperse.
Oh. It was an
And
illusion.
begins to separate, disperse, and vanish. And on the far end of the cistern, you see, kind of huddled up in the fetal position, kind of like tornado warning position, like school tornado drill position, just huddled up on the ground, is Gunk. And we exit initiative.
Oh.
Hey, Vaughn, you're right. I wouldn't use the stat block that you gave me.
Ah,
Well, I
Well,
have
you-
been debated.
You just hear quietly on the other side of the cistern. Don't take Gunk. Don't take Gunk.
Alia is gonna calmly and slowly walk over to Gunk. And
He seems to hear your footsteps approach as he sort of curls up a bit tighter as you approach.
she's going to kneel down in front of him. And she will hold out her holy symbol out to him. And we'll just say, "You probably don't recall me, but I know of you. You used to be Father Tyr."
As you're beginning to say this, you see that they slowly begin to look up at you, sort of peek up at you, and they see the symbol. And they kind of slowly pick themselves off the ground just a little bit, just so they aren't like face first in the stone. They kind of like scurry back a little bit, and then looking a bit closer at the symbol, they slowly crawl back in front of you and kind of begin to like look over the holy symbol.
And
I'll make a
Pod,
check for him real quick. Okay, continue.
I am part of the I can never pronounce names. Zenzirina branch, specifically. And I heard you were in trouble. Or rather, they believed you to be dead. But we know, or at least have an idea, of what truly has happened to you. And we want to
Dahlia.
help you.
Dahlia,
Mm-hmm.
as you're this close to Gunk, and you're now properly looking over him, you now see that he is in way worse shape than you may have originally seen, or may have originally thought. You see that there are gashes over his body, bruises, big cuts, all of which are oozing this gunky black sludge that you've been seeing around. It's kind of like formed like this crude layer around the edge of his eyes, almost like you ever see like a dog with like the really bad like crust around its eyes.
Yeah, really mangy.
Yeah, kind of like that. You can see that one side of his face is almost like sullen and droopy in its form.
Oh my, me as a player, my heart is breaking. Uh,
You can see his tongue is solid black, and there's almost like foam instead of saliva.
oh Father dear, what did he do to you?
He kind of shudders and kind of gets down a bit closer to the floor. I don't remember.
We need
Oh.
your help. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I felt pain. The mold. You can see his hands kind of come up and begin to sort of wrap around his head. His hands way bigger than you may have originally realized, as they almost like completely encase the top of his head.
They put the mold in you.
He nods. To spread. To them. And you watch as he gestures, and the walls around you begin to shimmer and shake as downright thousands of spiders covered in this mold encase the chamber around you guys.
But why?
Are the spiders like growing in number? Should we leave or?
No, they just seem to be chilling. It seems like they were there before and they just sort of blended in an odd way. Kind of like before, where it took you guys a bit to realize that the walls in fact weren't black. It was that sort of same sensation, but to like the nth degree. The walls were black.
If you allow it, the phantasm will slowly walk up. Is there any saving him?
Dahlia, make me a medicine check.
15.
You have no idea.
I do not know. Father dear, we have to stop this mad lad. We need you to show us the way into that church.
Are you still holding out your holy symbol?
Yep.
Have you removed it from your person? Like, I presumed it was like around your neck, right?
Yeah.
Have you like taken it off?
No.
Okay. He puts out a hand and he kind of like he kind of takes it from your grasp, but he doesn't like remove it from you, but he does seem to kind of like begin looking over it, and there is a look of recognition in his eyes. Home. And he kind of looks at you, kind of looks back up at you with this expression, almost like he's asking permission.
Talia will look down at her symbol, close her eyes, and will slowly take the focus off of her and hand it to him.
Okay. He holds it close to himself, and he actually kind of like sniffs it a little bit. And he, with a sense of refinement, unlike what he was doing before, you watch as he actually like puts it around his neck. And he almost begins to bounce. Home. Bad man. Church. Follow. And you watch as he, with a new sense of purpose, begins to take off down one of the tunnels.
Well, follow the goblin.
Talia will glance at Newt to kind of non-verbally tell him to get Blaine so they can follow, and she's gonna dash after him.
Newt will just do a 2-finger whistle, which I can't emulate on stream, but for Blaine to like follow and then just start booking it. The sound of running will probably cue him.
Blaine will follow.
As Blaine drops his pipe or whatever he was doing, they're like,
Sorry.
shit. No, you're fine.
Oh no, my plastic playing cards. Oh, I guess they're gone forever.
No, my children's card game. You guys begin to take off after Gunk, who in a downright like scramble begins to move forward and takes you guys down further and further deeper into these tunnels, winds a couple bends, and then as you guys are around one corner, you see that he has stopped. And almost like a dog is like a dog waiting for its owner, he has stopped and is just kind of looking back at you guys. Just waiting for you to finish approaching. As you do, he kind of looks to the wall next to him and goes, "Here."
Is there anything interesting about this wall?
Make me an investigation check.
Do, 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 do.
10.
18.
I guess why not investigation? Yeah, 14.
With those checks, Blaine and Dahlia, the wall seems pretty normal. Nothing really too interesting about it, but Newt, you kind of think, that's weird. And you look a bit closer and you can see that the structural integrity on this wall seems newer. Very new. Unfinished. As a lot of these bricks are loose.
Newt will walk up and start pulling bricks out of place slowly.
Okay. You start pulling bricks out, and you guys slowly begin to reveal the inside of a darkened room. And Gunk, as you guys kind of finally get proper view of this room, goes, "Home, church." And then you watch as he takes off the symbol again, and he hands it back to you, Dahlia. "Bad man, use this." Here's Gunk's. No, here's Isaac's.
Dahlia nods. As she like looks down at her symbol.
He seems to be giving it back to you. Kind of holding it out for you to take again.
Yeah, she'll grab it gently and just look at it, and then look back at the others.
Are you alright?
I will be once we get rid of this asshole.
You guys,
Phantasmal nod.
Hey. We're about to head into what is likely to be a heavy confrontation. So I want to ask you this. And he kind of looks to Phantasm, and then he looks to the rest of you, and kind of looks on over to Gunk/Isaac, who is, we can all see he's kind of beat up, right?
yes.
Oh, he's not coming in with us. He's
No.
A lot of his injuries look older, admittedly, like more than a couple weeks old,
Okay.
but none of them look like they've healed properly.
Oh my god.
So he's just gonna say, he's gonna look to the rest of the group. Think he can do something to help him out a little bit.
Nothing right now. But I might be able to do some stuff once we get all this dealt with. Can't make any promises.
I can attempt something. Give me your hand, little one.
You hold out your hand, and they kind of...
Hello?
Hello? You okay,
Hello.
Tweets?
I missed because my internet suddenly cut for no reason.
Oh,
All
that's
good.
not good. I'm-
Where did you leave off?
Blaine was gonna say something, and that was it. I missed everything after that.
Okay,
Oh,
Like,
God.
Blaine, do you just
okay.
want to quickly repeat what you said?
Basically, I said, "Hey, we're going into a big confrontation, but so I understand if you guys don't want to, but uh, our friend here just helped us out, and he's kind of beat up. Do you guys want to? Does anyone want to help him out, like heal him up?"
And the phantasm held out their hand, and does Gunk take their hand?
Gunk seems a little sheepish at first. They kind of lean forward and they kind of sniff your hand, and they kind of reel back ever so slightly, like a dog. And then they,
I will not hurt you.
as you say that, they kind of slowly lift their hand and take yours.
5 points of healing from lay on hands. Does that do anything to them?
Okay. You do see a couple of the injuries start to sort of knit themselves back together. The overall damage still seems pretty severe, and the gunk that's sort of been encasing his body does not seem to dissipate or heal, but some of the injuries do seem to be better thanks to your lay on hands. The healing seems to have worked to some degree.
As much as I would love to pump him with more and more healing, that's all I'm willing to give up before we go into presumably a huge boss fight. So
Mhm.
Yeah, I would love to help, but I'm pretty sure my top level lesser restoration's not going to do much for the brain fungus.
do I have lesser restoration?
I'm saying
No.
I think what he's suffering from requires a greater restoration.
Perhaps. I think, if I remember correctly, you can spend 5 lay on hands to cure a disease, can't you?
I can. So I wonder if that would be a better expenditure of that 5 hit points.
It's definitely worth a try.
Would you like to?
You know what? I'll go down to. I'll spend another 5, and that is all I'm willing to part with. A 5 hit point lay on hands to cure a disease.
Okay. You pump that last 5 into him to see if you can cure him of any ailments that he may have. Maybe see if it affects the mold that's begun to take course throughout his body. But unfortunately, it does not seem to do anything for it. But don't get me wrong, he's still thankful for the healing.
Oh yeah, of course, it's better than he was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll say.
Well, before we get out...
Dolly,
Oh, go ahead.
Dahlia,
Yes.
with whatever's inside there, I don't know if I could be talked down.
That makes 2 of us.
To be fair, I don't think anyone in here is an actual follower anymore. These are cultists. And cultists are just another strand of vermin.
Then let's exterminate.
We're
Hey. Come on, Phantasm. Let's burn this place to the ground.
And on that note, as you guys prepare to move into the church, and potentially extremely dangerous territory. That is where we are going to end this session.
But fine. I thought this was gonna be the last one, but we're going a little longer, ladies and gentlemen.
Last session will be next week.
But Tart,
there
what am I
was
gonna- What am I gonna do with this murder boner?
save it. If it lasts longer than 7 days.
Go see a hag and get it turned to stone for a bit.
Yes.
I
No,
was bracing.
There was a very. Sorry, go ahead.
I was bracing because I knew you said this was going to be the penultimate, so I was like, if we're going to fight, it's the next time.
There was a very, very slight chance that this was going to be the last episode, but I knew with the time we had going into the series that I literally could not make it the case.
Okay.
So we are going to have one final episode next week, but that will be the last one.
Oh boy.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
boy.
I sad.
I
End of
know.
game.
Oh my
I know.
gosh. I'm gonna
Yeah.
cry. I not gonna lie, I was actually starting to tear up with this whole like scene.
Yeah. Man,
my heart.
dude got fucking transmuted into a goblin.
And then
against his
infected
will.
with weird magical mold.
I feel bad because when I was picking my spells for the day, I was like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna need lesser restoration today, so
No!
Here's the thing, I can use it. That is one of my 3 second level spell slots.
Same.
So-
Yeah.
And I have no guarantee of it'll do anything.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
stuff like this, you typically just gotta be like, well, I hope we have greater restoration, because that's what fixes all of the dark things that make us sad.
yeah,
Sad.
no,
Straight up, this guy might be beyond a greater restoration. Like,
yeah,
he-
it might
he
be
may
too
just
late
be-
for him.
This might be just a permanent, just you're this now.
He might be. So, my guess would be that he is. We could definitely fix the mold with a greater restoration as well. I'm pretty sure he's just stuck as a goblin, but I wouldn't be surprised if a greater restoration or a I forget what the higher level version of it is, but something that helps with the mind could do it.
The mind blank, I think. Or
Maybe.
yeah, it's one of those things, but we can definitely try to help him after this. But right now, I have 6 spell slots, and they all have cultist names on them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I have to ration my spell slots because I'm probably gonna go all ham because these guys need to die.
Fair enough.
If you
Mhm.
guys are worried about not getting combat, I can tell you right now, next week we'll have combat. I can promise you that much.
Yeah, I think the time for diplomacy is over. If we see a fucker cultist guy, guess what? Die.
Yeah, I was about to say, Newt has, like, one rule. Newt doesn't kill people. Cultists aren't people.
True. Neither are Nazis.
It's funny because if I remember correctly, as of last Tuesday, you're going to have a couple of redeemed cultists in your army.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that. I thought you were going to say something about Nazis. Like, I'm very
No,
concerned for
I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry.
No,
I was like, where's he going with this? Where's he going with this?
no, we are an all Nazi like punching group here.
Fuck the Nazis!
I just remember when like the newest Wolfenstein game came out and people like
Oh
they
my
went to the
God.
developers and they were like, aren't you worried about the controversy of this game? It's like, you're killing Nazis.
The controversy of what? Killing
Yeah.
Nazis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nazis who also animate the dead and have them fight for them. No, I'm pretty sure we have the moral high ground at every step.
Yeah.
Literally fuck them.
Hey,
Well, not literally,
uh,
you know what I mean?
hey, Vaughn,
Yeah.
you should totally check Twitter.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, is there a
Bun-
thing on
Bun
Twitter?
did a thing.
I'm also gonna post something relevant and call text chat. Just saying.
Yeah.
Every time I hear
Oh yeah, Brandon Cummings, let's go.
Every time I hear the Brandon Cummings.
Let's go, Brandon.
Every time I hear anything about Bun, I get excited.
Yes.
Here-
Oh, here we go.
For those that don't know in chat, porn star Brandon Cummings, he was arrested because he beat up 35 neo-Nazis.
That recognized him from his work.
Oh, Bun. Bun. Bun.
One.
Fun.
It's
Oh.
some pretty good art. It's pretty fucking good art right there. If I say so, and I do say so, that's some good.
That's
That's
a
Yes,
pretty
all-
good art.
All I can do for my retreat is just scream because it's just like, wow, I don't get fan art. This is so, this is so cool. Thank you.
Let's go.
All right,
Would you
Tart, start working on outros while I sit over here and fan myself.
Hello, my name is Farting Tart. You can find me at twitch.tv/fartingtart, where I do D&D, I do variety games. Every Sunday, I run a long-term D&D campaign called War of the Shared Sun, where it only occasionally has spooky, weird shit, like what you saw tonight. But the past couple weeks have been filled with political intrigue, so I guess, we're not too far off. But, however, last week was our beach episode, and coming up on Sunday, we are going to be taking a bit of a break for a horror-themed one-shot run by my buddy and our resident paladin, well, one of our resident paladins, our original paladin in that game, Mr. JFrost747. So make sure to tune in for that. That'll be fun. As per other things that I'll be doing, I will be continuing my Pokemon White Dono Lock on. Proceeds to check calendar. Saturday. I had to think about it. I was like, am I able to do it tomorrow? No, is the answer to that. So on Saturday, we will be continuing our Pokemon White Dono Lock, which, if you don't know, is a Nuzlocke, except you can pay money to fuck with me. Like, kill one of my Pokemon if you want. Please don't.
Wow. How much
Yeah.
money is that?
That's $100.
Hmm.
No, Thera.
For the same amount, you can also resurrect one.
True.
Hmm.
You could also donate $500 to just restart the run entirely, which after the fucking debacle we had with Elisa, I would probably strangle the person who donated that.
I'm sorry, but you have a party of all Rattata now. You must beat the Elite Four.
I lost my dog. I had to euthanize my dog because he died to a fucking dumb flying squirrel.
Man, those crits. Those crits out of
That's
nowhere.
exactly what it was. It fucking 3 turns of setup to fucking clear house, and then I get a fucking unlucky crit.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But that's me. You can find me other places as well. Twitch.tv/la_Jake, Twitch.tv/burnoutbond, Twitch.tv/TrashKingRisen. All those for other D&D games that I'm a part of. Yeah.
We basically
That's
just have
me.
a timeshare on Tart.
Fucking no fucking lie, bro. After like this game's done and a couple other things are done, I'm taking a bit of a break because I'm just like I've overloaded myself like a fool.
Understandable.
But yes, that's me. I'm going to pass it to CG to show the other stuff that I'm a part of.
Hey, actually, why don't you come back to me?
Okay.
Because I do overlap a lot with what Tart does, but I have something I would like to do instead of shilling, if that's okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. I hope
Don't get
it's what I-
excited. It's not worth it.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it might be related to that other thing we're working on, but never mind. I'll pass it to tweets.
Oh, Beans, hi, hello, yes. When I'm not busy screaming into the void because beautiful art,
I know.
You can find me over at Twitter at Miss Tweetums, where I occasionally post memes and art. My commissions are open. If you would like a little lovely chibi like the ones when you see on your screen, I can make your dream a real. But probably act soon because I will probably be closing my commissions to rework commission stuff and then reopen them later. Yeehaw!
Ha ye.
Yeehaw.
Now I'm gonna go back into the void and stream. But before I do that, Burnout Vaughn, where can they find you?
Hi, you've already found me here at twitch.tv/burnoutvaughn, where I am also just, like, full-on blushing, like, red ears over art. Hi. Yeah, you can find me here on Tuesdays for Children of Personality, our Tomb of Annihilation stream. One more Thursday for our finale here on Web of Deceit. This Saturday for another episode of our bi-weekly Strixhaven campaign, Saved by the Spell. And then sometime in the following week, me and X Wiley Willie are going to get back in and try to solve the weirdest, horniest existential mystery we've ever found in Paradise Killer. Highly recommend. You can also find me on Twitter and YouTube, so that way you can catch up on all of this stuff. Thero, where can they find you?
You can find me over on Twitter at therapod_art. You can also find me over at twitch.tv, therapodart, no underscore there. Commissions are open. Next Wednesday will be the last episode of Ravenloft over on the Unexpectables. And Saturday will be the last episode of Gobtober on the Unexpectables. Check them out. It's a fun time. Yeah. There you go.
Therapod has a lot of games ending in the next week.
Yep.
Yep.
Honestly, I need the time to work on other things, because plugging my saying commissions are open over and over again on many streams has filled up my email. So,
I mean, hey, get you that.
Yeah.
Gotta get that dough.
Yeah.
So
And
see,
that's it. So, Tart, or no, CG, you got to show something,
CG still
right?
needs to go.
Yes. In lieu of shilling, I have something I'd like to share with all of you. In an ancient Nordic myth, there's a story of Loki and Thor, driving around in Thor's chariot over the skies of Midgard, suffering from boredom. Loki, the definition of idle hands or the devil's plaything, offered a game for the two of them. Loki pulled a feather from his hair and challenged Thor to find it, wagering that Thor would be unable to locate his clever hiding spot. Thor, not one to back down from a challenge, accepted. Loki left across Midgard, eventually finding a lake where he hid the feather. But Loki, ever a fan of surprises, enchanted the feather that it turned into a venomous snake as it leaves the lake. His trap set, he waited, and waited. But Thor never came. Upset, Loki scoured Midgard, eventually finding Thor in a mead hall, having gone through an entire stock and more, plastered on the floor. Annoyed, Loki transformed himself into the vision of Sigurd and tempts Thor to follow, who in his drunken state could do naught but follow. They returned to the lake, where Loki goaded Thor to find the feather. But Thor did his damnedest to avoid sobering up via touching water, going so far as to walk atop it and passing out. Annoyed, Loki opted to force the trap, bringing the feather back to the surface and attempting to throw the feather before the enchantment kicked in. However, the wind caught the feather, turning it back into a snake around his face and biting him. Loki proceeded to writhe in pain as Thor slept. The moral of the story is that you can lead a Norse to water, but you can't make him sink.
you
That's it.
son of a fucking bitch!
Oh, there goes. Oh man.
I was just the entire time sitting here like, where's he going with this? Where's he going with this? Where's he going with this?
Okay, so it's to find somebody to raid.
Please do.
I actually know who we're going to raid because they are currently celebrating their belated birthday, so...
Let's go.
Yep. Be sure to
I know who it is.
Yep, be sure to wish a happy Underdark birthday to Colonel Cheru.
Chabu!
Oh shit, let's go.
Chabu!
Yes.
Birthday.
It's a doodly-doo. You all have a great time, and we will see you next week.
Take care, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.